Batting practice is over and the ground crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Krauke.
A very good Sunday afternoon to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Las Vegas. It's the Stingers and the 51s in Game 3 of a scheduled 4-game series. Steve Krauke with you from Cashman Field, where last night the 51s even up the series at 1 win apiece with a 4-2 come-from-behind win over the Stingers. Salt Lake taking the lead in the top of the 6th inning on a home run by Alex Pelaez, but the 51s scored a pair of runs in the bottom of the 7th, the last of which was unearned, and then the 51s added another run in the 8th for insurance and come away with the win, 4-2. Spoiling a pretty good spot start by Derek Turnbull, who allowed only 1 run on 3 hits with 4 strikeouts and 1 walk in 5 innings. Brian Falkenborg had an outstanding start for Las Vegas as well, striking out a season-high 11 batters in 6 innings of work, but it was Harold Eckert in relief who got the win for the 51. So the Stingers in Las Vegas, even at 1 win apiece in this series, the Stingers have already clinched the season series up 9-5 with 2 games remaining. Again, the pitching matchup for today's game for the Stingers, trying to end the season on a good note, will be right-hander Steve Green with a record of 5 wins and 17 losses. And for Las Vegas, it'll be right-hander Edwin Jackson, who comes in with a record of 6-4. We'll have more from Cashman Field when we return after this on ESPN 1230.
We all need a little support now and then. Each year, the University Hospital gives hope to thousands of people throughout not only Utah, but the Intermountain West. Whether it be caring for the delicate wounds of a burn victim, performing reconstructive hip surgery on an elderly woman, or breathing into a precious newborn. We invite you to support the University Hospital Foundation by attending the 3rd annual Ebony and Ivory Gala at Mackay, featuring the Temptations. Saturday, September the 11th, there will be a silent and live auction, cocktails, dinner, and a live performance by the Temptations. RSVP by September 8th. Call 587-6550. That's 587-6550. The Ebony and Ivory Gala is sponsored in part by Greg Kruger Lincoln Mercury. All proceeds from the auction will benefit the University Hospital Foundation in support of the University Orthopedic Center.
Hey, this is Dan the Laptop Man from PC Laptops. Consumer alert! Consumer alert! Viruses and Trojans, they're just infecting computers every single day. You know what? You don't even need to open your email now to get infected. You can just be simply connected to the internet, and you can be infected with a Trojan. It can eat all your files, make duplicates of all your social security number and hidden passwords and email them out to evil people across the world. That's why you need us at PC Laptops. Why? Because we can service any brand of laptop computer. Sony, Gateway, Toshiba, Dell, Micron, any brand we can service. If we can't fix your computer, we'll write you a check. That's right. If we can't fix your computer, your laptop computer, we'll write you a check and buy your laptop computer from you. Isn't that crazy? So no matter what brand of laptop computer you have, bring it in to PC Laptops and we'll get it fixed up. If we can't fix it, we'll buy it from you. Is that PC Laptops? We love you. Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
And welcome back to Cashman Field in Las Vegas, where the Stingers are getting ready to take on the 51s. The starting pitcher, Edwin Jackson for Las Vegas, is working down in the left field bullpen, and in just a few moments, Steve Green will do likewise down the right field side. Right now, let's take a look at the standings in the Pacific Coast League, brought to you by your local Associated Food Stores, featuring Western family brands. Only the best will do for you at Associated Food Stores. Well, again, only one race still alive in the PCL, and that's in the Central Division, as Iowa and Colorado Springs were both winners last night. They've each won 4 in a row, and so Iowa retains its 1-game lead over Colorado Springs with 2 games remaining. And again, Iowa needs to win the division outright because the tiebreaker goes to the Sky Sox, having won the season series 10-6. And so Iowa needs to win it outright, so their magic number for clinching the division is 2. Any combination of Iowa wins and Colorado Springs losses that total 2 will give the I-Cubs the division title. In the East, Oklahoma, they were the first team in the league to clinch the division. in the North. Portland won out a couple of days ago. They clinched over Tacoma in the North, and Sacramento has won the South. It's interesting to note that Portland and Sacramento begin the playoffs on Wednesday. Right now, those two teams are closing out the regular season against one another in Portland, but the playoff series begins on Wednesday in Sacramento. So they're going to have to go all the way down to Sacramento from Portland, play 2 games there in the playoffs, and then go back to Portland to conclude that best-of-5 Pacific Conference Series. Again, Oklahoma will meet the winner of the Iowa-Colorado Springs Series in the PCL. And so as far as the Pacific Conference is concerned. So a lot of interesting things to still take care of as far as the PCL is concerned in the Central Division. Taking a look now at the other games today, you have Oklahoma taking on Albuquerque. Again, Colorado Springs hosts New Orleans. Edmonton is at Fresno. Iowa will host Omaha. Memphis is at home against Nashville. Portland is at home against Sacramento. It is Tucson at Tacoma, where last night those two teams split a doubleheader. And again, most of the day's action is this afternoon. Omaha at Iowa. This game, New Orleans at Colorado Springs, and Tucson at Tacoma are all day games, as is Sacramento at Portland. Again tonight, Nashville is at Memphis. Oklahoma at Albuquerque, and Edmonton at Fresno. Those games are scheduled for this evening around the Pacific Coast League. When we come back, we'll check out Major League play after this on ESPN 1230.
If you need to lose 15, 20, even 50 pounds or more, then you need the powerful one-day diet, an amazing breakthrough that guarantees rapid weight loss without giving up your favorite foods, counting calories, or taking dangerous diet pills.
I'm Linda. I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. I was skeptical at first, but it's simple, easy, and it really works.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I lost 21 pounds in 37 days and 10 inches off my waist on the one-day diet. I couldn't believe it.
There now exists a bioactive weight loss compound so powerful, so effective, that it boosts your metabolism, burns stored fat, and helps you lose weight fast. The one-day diet is much too powerful for people that need to lose less than 15 pounds.
Hi, my name is Anna. I lost 27 pounds in 45 days. I've never tried anything like this. It's truly amazing.
Call now for your risk-free starter pack at 1-800-626-5184. One-day diet is 100% safe, natural, and guaranteed. 1-800-626-5184. Call toll-free 1-800-626-5184. That's 1-800-626-5184.
With September comes the opening weekend of college football. The leaves begin to turn, and Plaza Cycle holds their 04 fall clearance sale. What does this mean to you? Simply the lowest prices of the year on all 2004 ATVs, dirt bikes, street bikes, snowmobiles, and personal watercraft. Makes like Honda, Yamaha, Polaris, and Kawasaki. All must be sold to make room for 2005 models soon to be arriving. Remember, Plaza Cycle is your headquarters for all your service and repair for your ATV or motorcycle. Let our trained servicemen get your ATV ready for the hunt with a complete service and inspection. Need a new helmet, gloves, leather coat, or any other accessories? Then Plaza Cycle is the place, because all riding gear and accessories are on sale now as well. Lowest prices of the year. Great financing available. Get to Plaza Cycle, located right here in the valley at 1379 West, 3300 South, just a short drive west off I-15 and 33rd South. Or see them on the web at plazacycle.com.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, where the Stingers and 51 are just a few minutes away from getting this ball game underway. The Stingers getting ready to try to close out the season on a high note with a couple of wins. Time now to take a look at the major leagues. And again, part of the story is Hurricane Francis, as once again the Cubs and Marlins have been postponed due to the bad weather down in Florida, as has Detroit at Tampa Bay. And again, no word on the makeup of those games. And obviously it's a little bit more important to get those games in as far as the action in Florida is concerned between the Cubs and the Marlins. A chance that they'll make up a doubleheader later on in September on the 20th. And the only game then in which there is or the only date, I should say, where there is a amenable situation where both teams are off. They could also possibly make up one of those games in Wrigley Field this weekend, where the Marlins would have to give up a home game from an attendance standpoint. But obviously one of the things they can do and have talked about doing is possibly play one of those games in Wrigley Field, with the Marlins still being the home team. Angels are in action at Cleveland today, while Oakland is on the road at Toronto. The A's and Angels both winning yesterday, and that allowed the A's to maintain their 4-game lead over the Anaheim Angels. Meanwhile, in the National League wild card race, that's tightening up considerably. Only 2.5 games separates first from fifth in the wild card race over in the National League. We're experiencing some technical difficulties in regards to our internet service, so right now we don't have any scores to report as far as the action is concerned in the major leagues. We can tell you that Yankee pitcher Kevin Brown, who broke his left hand while punching a wall the other night, is scheduled to undergo surgery. No word as of this point as to how long he officially is going to be out. There is some speculation he could be out for the rest of the season. We apologize for the inability to get you an update on the scoreboard. We certainly will later on when the opportunity arises. But right now, we'll come back and give you today's starting lineups after this on ESPN 1230.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Attention, Texas no-limit Hold'em players. Big Slick Poker Club announces the biggest, baddest no-limit Hold'em tournament to hit Salt Lake City. The Big Slick Ultimate Poker Classic WPT Aruba Tournament. Win the grand prize and you'll fly to Aruba to play in the World Poker Tour UltimateBet.com Poker Classic Tournament. Your airfare, accommodations, and tournament seat are all included. Play with the big boys and a possible payout of $1 million. Yes, $1 million. The tournament starts Thursday, September 9th at Big Slick Poker Club, with qualifying tables beginning at noon Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. To guarantee your seat, register online at BigSLCPoker.com or call 548-4575. That's 548-4575. The Big Slick Ultimate Poker Classic WPT Aruba Tournament, September 9th through the 14th, presented exclusively by Big Slick Poker Club.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
And our national anthem prior to the start of today's game between the Stingers and the Las Vegas 51. Let's take a look now at the starting lineup for today's game, brought to you by National Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back at the Salt Lake area at National Isuzu Southtown, located in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. For the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Crumley, leading off the second baseman Jake Thrower. Batting second, the first baseman Will Niemitz. Hitting third, the designated hitter Dallas McPherson. Batting cleanup and playing third base, Alex Pelaez. Hitting fifth and playing center field, Brian Gordon. Batting sixth, the catcher, Tom Gregorio. Hitting seventh and playing left field, Gary Johnson. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Barry Wesson. And hitting ninth is the shortstop, Zach Sorensen. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander Steve Green. Now for the homestanding Las Vegas 51s, managed by Terry Kennedy. Leading off, the center fielder, Nick Theodorou. Batting second, the designated hitter, Jose Flores. Hitting third, the shortstop, Antonio Perez. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Luis Garcia. Hitting fifth and playing right field, John Barnes. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Rick Bell. Hitting seventh and playing second base, Joe Thurston. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Henri Stanley. And hitting ninth is the catcher, Ryan Kellner. Pitching for the 51s will be right-hander Edwin Jackson, who's just completed his work down in the left field bullpen. The umpires are meeting at home plate, waiting for a Stingers representative to bring the lineup card. The umpires as assigned by the Pacific Coast League. Travis Reiniger is behind the plate. Cameron Keller is at first base, and Dave Ashweg is the arbiter over at third. It's the Stingers and 51s, Game 3 of the series and the penultimate game of the 2004 season. We'll be back with the first pitch right after this on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Two of the fastest growing crimes in Utah are fraud and forgery. Don't be a victim. Have sensitive and confidential documents disposed of safely at Certified Shred. With Certified Shred, you can have your items shredded on site with their state-of-the-art mobile shredding truck, or you can let their secured personnel do it off-site. To contact the bonded and insured professionals at Certified Shred, call 972-4748. They've been handling the removal of sensitive documents for over 5 years, so they know what they're doing. Certified Shred, 972-4748.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the Big Green Monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors. Automotive excellence. KQS Murray, Salt Lake.
Everybody's going to play a little bit harder.
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230.
A little bit better.
Worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting station. The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Klauke.
And once again, welcome to Cashman Field in Las Vegas for Game 3 of our 4-game set between the Stingers and the Las Vegas 51s. Steve Klauke with you on a brilliant afternoon here in Las Vegas. Comfortable temperatures, bright sunshine, a very high sky here as the Stingers and 51 square off. Two good ball games in this series so far. The Stingers claiming the win here on Friday night by a score of 4-2, and Las Vegas turned right back around and beat the Stingers last night by a final score of 4-2. The 51s have taken the diamond for today's game. Let's check their alignment, brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. For Las Vegas, Henri Stanley's in left, Nick Theodoro in center, and John Barnes is in right. Rick Bell at third, Antonio Perez at short, Joe Thurston at second, and Luis Garcia is at first. A battery of Edwin Jackson pitching and Ryan Kellner catching. For Jackson, his 19th start with Las Vegas. In 85 and 2/3 innings, he's given up 87 hits, 61 runs, 55 of them earned. He has struck out 67 and walked 51. Hit 8 batters, thrown 9 wild pitches, and surrendered 4 home runs. Jackson has won 6 and lost 4 with a 5.78 earned run average for PCL. Batting .270 against right-hander Edwin Jackson, who's made 3 starts for the Dodgers this year and has gone 2-0 with L.A. with a 3.86 earned run average. So he has performed well in his opportunities. He's had some shoulder problems throughout the course of the season. At 6'3", 190, he's just in his 4th year, lives in Columbus, Georgia, grew up there, although he was born in Germany. Now the ball being tossed around the infield. We're ready to go. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Sunday afternoon from Las Vegas. Leading things off will be the Stingers' second baseman, Jake Thrower. Thrower batting .298, 29 doubles. 2 triples, 7 homers, 65 runs batted in for Jake. Thrower, so far in this series, 2 hits and 7 at-bats. Both of his hits have been doubles. So we're just about ready to go, but not 100% sure why. Home plate umpire Travis Reininger. Well, I saw Mike Brumley start to come out, but now Jim Eppert is going over to coach third base. And Casey Smith, who's off today, will coach over at first. Wonder if Mike is all right, or maybe like the other day in Salt Lake City, wound up getting tossed. We'll wait, trying to find out. The first pitch to thrower is a strike at the knees. We're underway. 0-1. 85 degrees, the game time temperature. Delightful afternoon here in Las Vegas. The 0-1. Thrower swings and slices one foul down the left field side, and the count's 0-2. Jim Eppert coaching at third base with Casey Smith over at first, and now Mike Brumley pops out of the dugout. He may have had to take a break of sorts until he started to go out behind home plate and decided, might as well let Jim go ahead and coach third base this inning. The 0-2 pitch to thrower on the way. Fastball foul back. Jackson with a mid-90s fastball. Slider and changeup. Rated by Baseball America as having the best fastball in the organization and the number one prospect in the L.A. organization. Stingers' parent club, the Angels, play tonight at Cleveland. John Lackey against Jake Westbrook. Now the 2-strike pitch to thrower. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. 95 miles per hour on the radar here at Cashman Field, and there's one down here in the first. Brings up Will Nieves, the first baseman. Davis batting .299, 22 doubles, 8 triples, 10 homers, 53 runs batted in. Will Nieves batting in the number 2 spot for the first time this year. First pitch on the way to Will, and it's right down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. He is the 14th different hitter to bat in the number 2 spot. Now the 0-1. Swung out and foul. Back out of play, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Nieves now hitting in the number 2 spot, has hit everywhere but leadoff and ninth. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Will. The pitch low and outside. Of all 1-2 the count. No score, just underway. 1 out, base is empty. Angels, by the way, may have a chance to gain some ground right now. The Oakland A's trail Toronto 10-4 in the 6th. But they've shown an ability to score a lot of runs against the Blue Jays. 1-2 pitch on the way is chopped towards short. Perez charging, cut off by the third baseman Bell, who sets and throws to first just in time for the out. So Nieves retired. 2 down. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Dallas McPherson. McPherson batting .313, 18 doubles, 8 triples, 20 homers, 57 runs batted in. McPherson now with 40 home runs on the season, 20 at AA and 20 here at AAA. Edwin Jackson making his second start against the Stingers this year. There's a fastball strike, 0-1. In Salt Lake on the 23rd of June, he took the loss despite giving up just 2 runs on 5 hits in 6 innings with 6 strikeouts and 3 walks to his credit. The 0-1 inside as McPherson jackknifes to get out of the way, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, base is empty for the Stingers here in the first. The 1-1. Breaking ball low, and the count goes to 2-1 on McPherson. Second round pick in 2001 out of the Citadel. Iowa leading Omaha 2-1 after 2. Iowa needing 2 wins or a win and a loss by Colorado Springs to clinch the division. There's a pitch high and outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Dallas with Alex Pelaez due next. And a symmetrical ballpark with 328 down the line, 364 to the alleys, and 433 straight away center field. Deepest straightaway center of the PCL. 3 balls, 1 strike, and Jackson's pitch. Fastball high, ball 4. And so the Stingers have their first base runner on the 2-out free pass issued by Jackson to McPherson. That'll bring up Alex Pelaez, the third baseman.
Number 26, Alex Pelaez.
Pelaez batting .320, 17 doubles, 2 triples, 9 homers, 58 runs batted in. Alex 2 for 8 in the series. One of his 2 hits, that long home run to left center in the 6th inning last night that at the time put the Stingers ahead 2-1. So runner at first base. 2 out. McPherson a short lead at first, and the fastball tails in and low to the right-hand batter. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes Colorado Springs, New Orleans should be underway shortly over at Sky Sox Stadium. Knuckleballer from Kearns High School, Jared Fernandez going for New Orleans. There's a fastball chop foul off of Pelaya's right foot, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Fernandez, by the way, with his knuckleball, starting today and has wrapped up the league lead in total innings pitched. He comes into today's game having tossed 187 1/3 innings for the Zephyrs. 1 ball, 1 strike down Pelaya's. The outfield straight away. The infield back with 2 out. Jackson ready. The 1-1. Fastball runs high and inside the right-hand batters. Pelaya's leans back out of the way. 2-1 the count on Alex. Stingers in their red tops tonight. Today, I should say, with the white numbers, white letters. Las Vegas continuing to wear those Dodger blue tops with the white lettering and numbers as well. Now the 2-1 delivery to Pelaya's. Swung on and popped foul. Back over the roof and out of play, and that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pelaya's has hit 9 home runs this year, and 4 of them have come off of Las Vegas pitching. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McPherson with a short lead still at first base. Jackson ready. The 2-2. Now McPherson goes. The pitch is outside. The throw bounces in and is gloved by Antonio Perez to keep it from going into center field. So the count on Pelaya's is now full, and McPherson picks up his 6th stolen base in 9 tries. And again, with that stolen base, another $5 goes to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah, courtesy of Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors. So a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Now Jackson ready. The payoff pitch to Pelaya's. Fastball chopped to the right side. Thurston takes it on the shoulder high bounce. The step in the throw to first in plenty of time to get Pelaya's. And in the inning, no runs, no hits. A walk and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Stingers nothing. Las Vegas is coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
So, when's the last time you got a bonus? Well, now you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks when you buy a 2003 Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle. Yeah, use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. You can also take advantage of great low financing. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele today for your bonus bucks, and you can cruise the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Attention, Texas No Limit Hold'em players. Big Slick Poker Club announces the biggest, baddest No Limit Hold'em tournament to hit Salt Lake City. The Big Slick Ultimate Poker Classic WPT Aruba Tournament. Win the grand prize and you'll fly to Aruba to play in the World Poker Tour UltimateBet.com Poker Classic Tournament. Your airfare, accommodations, and tournament seat are all included. Play with the big boys and a possible payout of $1 million. Yes, $1 million. The tournament starts Thursday, September 9th at Big Slick Poker Club, with qualifying tables beginning at noon Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. To guarantee your seat, register online at BigSLCPoker.com or call 548-4575. That's 548-4575. The Big Slick Ultimate Poker Classic WPT Aruba Tournament, September 9th through the 14th, presented exclusively by Big Slick Poker Club.
All right, we go to the bottom half of inning number 1. There is no score. And defensively, let's check out the Stingers' alignment, brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Gary Johnson in left, Brian Gordon in center, Barry Wessons in right, Alex Pelaya's at third, Zach Sorensen at short, Jake Thrower at second, and Will Nieves is at first. A battery of Steve Green pitching, and Tom Gregorio catching. For Green, this will be his 29th start of the year in 131 1/3 innings. He's given up 179 hits, 127 runs, 113 of which were earned. He struck out 88, but walked a league-high 83. Hit 5 batters, thrown 8 wild pitches, and surrendered 14 home runs. Green has won 5 and lost 17. With a 7.74 earned run average, the PCL batting .330 against the 6'2", 200-pound right-hander from Montreal. The first pitch into Nick Theodoro is at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and what's been a long and tough year for Steve Green. The 0-1 pitch, fastball fouled back over the screen, out of play, and the count's 0-2. Theodoro 0 for 3 in this series. Green has lost 10 straight decisions, his last win on the 26th of June at Tucson. No balls, 2 strikes on the switch-hitting Theodoro, batting from the left side. The pitch is outside at the knees, a ball, 1-2. I mentioned Steve's wildness this year, 83 walks issued, leads the PCL, and also set a new franchise record for free passes in the season. 1-2 pitch is bounced on 1 hop to first. Backhanded by Nieves, says he'll take it, and he does. 5 steps to the bag for the out. So Theodoro retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Jose Flores. Flores batting .311, 20 doubles, 7 homers, 49 runs batted in.
Jose Flores.
Flores 1 for 5 with a run batted in this series. Right-handed batter standing in against Steve Green. Fastball, curve, and changeup for the 6'2", 200-pounder in his 7th professional season. First pitch to Flores, a fastball in the outside corner at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No score, bottom of the first here in Las Vegas. Outfield pretty much straight away as Green delivers. Check swing foul to the right of home plate, and the count's 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Needless to say, a frustrating year for Steve, but he's hung in there. He's actually had 2 good outings in a row that's resulted in a loss and a no decision. Left his last start with a 2-1 lead, but the bullpen was unable to hang on. 0-2 pitch on the way is low for a ball, 1-2. He allowed just 1 run on 4 hits in 6 innings on the 31st of August against Tucson at Franklin Covey Field. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the count to Flores. The pitch, fastball grounded foul to the left of home plate, still 1-2. Matter of fact, the Stinger bullpen is going to set an all-time franchise low in saves. The previous low 30. So far, they have accumulated just 24 saves. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball low and outside to the right-hand batter, and the count on Flores is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away. Now the pitch. Swung on, little broken bat looper towards second. Jake Thrower to his left in short right field. Gloves it and throws to first for the out. Flores retired, and it's 2 up, 2 down here in the Las Vegas first. That'll bring up Antonio Perez, the shortstop. Perez 1 for 3 in this series, and overall 14 for 41 against Salt Lake. He's batting .293 for the season, 23 doubles, 6 triples, 22 homers, and 86 runs batted in. For the right-hand batter as Green delivers a fastball outside at the knees, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to count. Now Green ready, the pitch. Breaking ball, line caught by Steve, and he'll just take it out of his mitt and drop it at the front edge of the mound. A rocket off the bat of Antonio Perez, but like Nikolai Habibulin, a glove save by Steve Green, and that does it for the 51s in the first, and that's our Anything's Possible defensive play of the game. Brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. 3 up, 3 down for the 51s here in the first. At the end of 1, there's no score in Las Vegas on ESPN 1230.
With September comes the opening weekend of college football. The leagues begin to turn, and Plaza Cycle holds their 04 fall clearance sale. What does this mean to you? Simply the lowest prices of the year on all 2004 ATVs, dirt bikes, street bikes, snowmobiles, and personal watercraft. Makes like Honda, Yamaha, Polaris, and Kawasaki. All must be sold to make room for 2005 models soon to be arriving. Remember, Plaza Cycle is your headquarters for all your service and repair for your ATV or motorcycle. Let our trained servicemen get your ATV ready for the hunt with a complete service and inspection. Need a new helmet, gloves, leather coat, or any other accessories? Then Plaza Cycle is the place, because all riding gear and accessories are on sale now as well. Lowest prices of the year. Great financing available. Get to Plaza Cycle, located right here in the valley at 1379 West, 3300 South, just a short drive west off I-15 and 33rd South. Or see them on the web at plazacycle.com.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Candy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country. Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the second inning. 0-0 our score. It'll be Brian Gordon, Tom Gregorio, and Gary Johnson due up to face the right-hander Edwin Jackson. Gordon batting .262, 24 doubles, 4 triples, 22 homers, 69 runs batted in. The first pitch is high, ball 1. Gordon has already surpassed his home run total of a year ago by 9. Is just 1 RBI shy of his total driven in with Tucson a year ago. 1-0 pitch is chopped behind first base. Takes an extra hop with it. Garcia, the toss to Jackson, covering in time to get Gordon by a step. 3-1 on the putout, and there's 1 away here in the second. Brings up Tom Gregorio, batting .234, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 6 homers, 31 runs batted in. Tom comes in with a 13-game hitting streak. A 1-out, base is empty as we wait for Jackson to retie his right shoe. A 1-out, base is empty. The pitch. Down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Gregorio. Tom 1 for 4 in this series and 4 for 17 on the season against Las Vegas pitching. A new ball to be put in play. Gregorio with Gary Johnson on deck. Outfield pretty much straight away. No breeze at all to speak of right now as Old Glory hangs limp on the flagpole in center. 1-0 to Gregorio is high. Ball 2. Time now to find out who's hitting the cover off the ball in the PCL. Brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. First the pitch on the way. Gregorio leans out of the way. The high inside delivery for ball 3. Kevin Witt of Memphis leads the league with 36 home runs. Calvin Pickering with Omaha hit 35 before his promotion to Kansas City. Andy Tracy of Colorado Springs is next with 33 round trippers. And then Luis Garcia of Las Vegas has 32. It's a fastball down the middle for a strike. Scott Seabold of Memphis and Jason DuBois of Iowa next with 31 home runs. Brad Hopp has 30. Outfield straight away for the right-handed hitting Tom Gregorio. As Jackson starts his motion, the pitch. High ball 4, and so Gregorio's aboard with a 1-out walk. That's the second free pass issued by Edwin Jackson in the ball game. Jackson to probably go anywhere between 80 to 100 pitches for the Las Vegas 51s. Here's Gary Johnson batting .249, 13 doubles, 4 triples, 6 homers, 36 runs batted in. 2 for 8 in this series. 1 of his 2 hits a double. A short lead at first for Gregorio as Jackson comes set the pitch, and Johnson takes the fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Jackson last year in 27 starts for AA Jacksonville led the Dodgers organization with 157 strikeouts. Now the pitch. Swing and a pop foul. Left of home plate, back into the seats. So the count on Johnson is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the final game of the season comes your way tomorrow. We'll be on the air same time. 12:45 Mountain Time with a 1:05 first pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Johnson as Jackson deals. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Stanley broke back, now has to race in, still coming in. Makes the shoulder high catch for out number 2. Good recovery by Stanley, who broke back initially on the ball off the bat of Gary Johnson. But he recovered in time, turned on the afterburners, and ran that one down. So 2 outs, the runner at first for Barry Wesson, batting .231, 9 doubles, 3 homers, 23 runs batted in. But the second game back in the lineup after missing most of this summer with a hamstring injury. There's a pitch down low, ball 1. Went 0 for 4 in one game against Tucson. 1 ball, no strikes the count to the right-hand batter. Now the pitch. Swung on, and that's in the air to center field. Theodoro racing back. Now stops, angles to his right, and makes the catch to retire the side. Theodoro doing the job to Brian Gordon. There's Zach Sorensen did the other night, just racing back to a spot and then locating the baseball and making it a much easier play. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Stingers nothing, Las Vegas nothing on ESPN 1230.
Dale Shanzi from Totally Awesome Computers. And computers, it's very important that you get good service with it. So I was going to show you how pathetic Dell support is by calling them live on the air to give you a demonstration, but there's no way I've been able to get a hold of them in the time it takes to make this commercial. So let me just call a Totally Awesome Computer store and show you how service is supposed to be done, where you have real people answer the phone. Check this out. This is a real call.
Totally Awesome Computers, this is Andy. We can do anything for you. Love you. How may I help you?
Hi there. Hey, do you guys cover viruses under your warranty?
We sure do. We'll take care of that for you.
Really? What if I don't want to do anything and I don't want to download stuff? Can I just bring it to you and have you just take care of it for me?
I would love to do that for you.
What's that cost?
It's free. It's no charge. It's under warranty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you see the difference? At Totally Awesome Computers, we actually have service.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Finally move along now to the bottom of the second inning in a 0-0 ball game. Luis Garcia, John Barnes, Rick Bell due up to face right-hander Steve Green. Luis Garcia to start things off, batting .318, 32 doubles, 3 triples, 32 homers, 95 runs batted in for Garcia. 2 for 6 in this series, both of his hits for extra bases, a double, and his long home run last night. So here's Garcia, the first baseman. Again, last night's blast is 32nd of the year, giving him sole possession of 4th place in the league in that department. There's a strike in the outside corner at the knees, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count on Luis Garcia. Now Green's pitch. Fastball chopped through the middle. Backhanded by Thrower behind the bag. Turns, spins, throws the first. Backhanded onto the dirt by Nieves for the out. What a play at both ends. Jake Thrower ranging far to his right, making the backhand play, and then pirouetting behind the bag, throwing a sidearm delivery that bounced in, but Nieves was able to make the backhand swipe and the play for the out. So 1 away here in the second inning. That'll bring up John Barnes, the right fielder, hitting .346, 15 doubles, 9 homers, 43 runs batted in for the former Salt Lake Buzz Star. Who had that big 2000 season in the Salt Lake uniform. His Green's curveball is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball outside at the knees, then evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Harry Kennedy, the Las Vegas manager, coaching over at third base with hitting coach George Hendrick over at first. The 1-1. Another curveball. That's in at the knees for a strike, and the count on John is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Barnes last year was with Nashville. Colorado Springs before that. Edmonton in 2001 and Salt Lake in 2000. So this is his 5th straight season with his 5th different ball club in the PCL. A 1-2. bounces in front of home plate and off the left shoulder of the catcher Gregorio, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the pitch swung on, 2-hopper toward short. Sorensen takes the bill of the cap-high throw into the dirt again. Scooped up nicely by Nieves over at first. Well, Will pretty good at digging pitches out of the dirt as a catcher, and now he's had 2 fine plays, one on the backhand side, one on the forehand side, over at first base to save errant throws. So with that, there's 2 outs and nobody on base. And so the batter, Rick Bell, the third baseman. First pitch low and outside, ball 1. Bell hitting .295. 35 doubles, a triple, 12 homers, and 50 runs batted in. Out the pitch. Fastball, sliced foul, out of play down the right field side. And the count's even on Rick Bell at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bell 0 for 4 so far in this series, hitting .250 against Salt Lake pitching on the year. Below his overall average. Now the pitch, breaking ball low, and the count on Bell goes to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Green trying to close things out on a positive side. Jason Middlebrook likewise tomorrow. 2-1 pitch to Bell. Fastball chopped over the mound. Tough play behind second base. Backhanded by thrower. Turns and throws to first. This time they can't backhand the ball, and it goes into the dugout. And Bell will go to second on what will be a single and an error. Thrower that time bouncing it by, and they had no chance to get Bell. And in a case like that, Nieves needs to get off the bag and just try to knock down the throw, but he tried to stretch over at first base to try to bring in that throw and couldn't do it. So on the infield single, Bell has the first hit of the ball game for either side, and Jake Thrower is charged with his 13th error of the season. But now Las Vegas has a runner in scoring position with 2 out, and the batter will be the second baseman, Joe Thurston, hitting .288, 17 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, and 23 runs batted in as he fouls the pitch back for a strike, and it's 0-1. Thurston 3 for 8 with a double. So far in this series, now the pitch from Green. Fastball strike on the inside corner above the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Thurston. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. Drop third strike. Gregorio will throw on down to first to get the out, and that'll do it for Las Vegas in the second inning as Thurston never ran it out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. After 2 complete, Stingers nothing, Las Vegas nothing on ESPN 1230.
Home equity loans are easy to get at Mountain America Credit Union. Easier, perhaps, than deciding what to do with the money.
We could get a deck and a hot tub.
Remodel the bathroom and a jetted tub.
Once you make up your mind, you'll pay no appraisal fees, no origination fees, no closing costs, and no annual fees at Mountain America.
A snowmobile.
Try a snow blower.
While you're deciding what to do with the money, call or visit Mountain America Credit Union or log on to mtnamerica.org.
How about a widescreen TV?
How about storm windows with screens?
At Mountain America Credit Union, we make getting home equity loans easy. So get approved.
An ATV.
A riding lawnmower.
Unfortunately, we're no help at all when it comes to deciding what to do with the money.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Okay, let's get a fishing boat.
Oh, you want water? We'll take a cruise.
Mountain America Credit Union. Member NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Zach Sorensen, Jake Thrower, Willie Avis, the 9-1 and 2 hitters, due up in the Salt Lake batting order to face right-hander Edwin Jackson. No score in the ball game through 2 innings. Las Vegas has the only hit so far, and as always, the 3rd inning is brought to you by the Jordan River Par 3. First pitch to Sorensen is into the dirt and by the catcher Kellner for ball 1. Zach hitting .306, 16 doubles, 4 triples, 3 homers, and 36 runs batted in. Best place to improve your short game is the Jordan River Par 3. You can play for just $6 a 9-hole round. So for tee times, call 533-4527 or go online at slc-golf.com. 1-0 pitch to Sorensen is a changeup high, and that's ball 2. 2-0 the count. 2-0 the count on Sorensen, deep in the box. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Jackson. The pitch outside at the belt, ball 3. 3-0 the count. 3 balls, no strikes on Zach, leading things off with the Stingers in the 3rd. The pitch is high, ball 4. So Jackson issued a 2-out walk in the 1st, a 1-out walk in the 2nd, and here in the 3rd he issues a free pass to the leadoff hitter. So the Stingers have their best base stealer on with nobody out. The batter will be Jake Thrower. Struck out swinging his first time up. Zach, 21 stolen bases in 25 attempts this year. It's also time to find out what else is happening in the PCL and Major League Baseball, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Thrower comes into this ball game at the plate with a 5-game hitting streak working. Jackson's pitch is a fastball high, and that's 5 straight delivered out of the strike zone by the Las Vegas right-hander. In the PCL, they're in the 4th at Iowa. Cubs leading Omaha 5-1. Putting the pressure on Colorado Springs, and after 3, they're tied with New Orleans at 4-4. A 1-0 pitch to Thrower. That's outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Later on, Tucson's at Tacoma. That game should be getting underway in about an hour from now. Sacramento at Portland. Nashville visits Memphis. Albuquerque hosts Oklahoma, and Edmonton is at Fresno. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Jake. Jackson ready, the pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Right side of the infield, who's going to take it? Garcia, the first baseman, straddling the line, and on the foul side of the stripe, makes the catch for out number 1. Well, interesting decision there by Jake Thrower, as Jackson had thrown 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone and went after the 2-0 pitch. That'll bring up Will Nieves, who grounded out to 3rd his first time up. In the American League, Toronto trying to help the Angels out, leading Oakland 12-4 in the bottom of the 7th at Skydome. Carlos Delgado with his 26th home run of the year for the Blue Jays. Nick Swisher, who was just brought up to the big leagues by the A's from Sacramento, at his first big league home run today. There goes Sorensen, and the pitch is fouled off the screen for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Zach will head back to first. He had a pretty good jump on that one. After 6.5 in New York, the Yankees and Baltimore are tied 3-3. Boston leading Texas 4-1 in the 6th. David Ortiz, the former Buzzman, with his 35th home run of the year for the Red Sox. Jackson at 40 pitches already in the game. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss to the breaking ball, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Kansas City leading at Minnesota 6-0 after 4.5. White Sox 2, Seattle nothing in the bottom of the 2nd inning as Joe Borchard just hit his 4th home run. Former Stinger Jamie Burke was on base to score on that home run. The 0-2. Nieves swings and lines a base hit into left field. Played on the second hop by Henry Stanley. Fumbles it a bit, but Sorensen will hold at second base as that ball was hit sharply and got out to Stanley in a hurry. So the Stingers get their first base hit. So 2 on, 1 out. Now here's Dallas McPherson, who drew a base on balls his first time up. Also in the American League later on, the Angels at Cleveland and Detroit and Tampa Bay, of course, postponed by Hurricane Francis, as were the Cubs and the Marlins in Florida. First pitch to McPherson, and it's a strike on the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. National League, bottom of the 8th at Montreal. The Expos trail the Braves 3-2. J.D. Drew with his 30th home run of the year for Atlanta. Now the 1-strike pitch to McPherson. That's inside at the knees. A fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike. In the 8th at Philadelphia, the Phillies lead the Mets 4-2. 4th inning at Houston, the Astros are pounding Pittsburgh 7-4. Jackson ready. The pitch. Curveball low. 2-1 the count on Dallas. In the 5th inning at Milwaukee, the Reds lead the Brewers 8-0. Adam Dunn with his 41st home run of the year for Cincinnati. Cardinals lead the Dodgers 3-2 in the 5th at St. Louis. Adrian Beltre with his 44th. There's a fastball inside at the belt. Ball 3. And Edwin Jackson is a wide one away from loading the bases. Later on, Colorado's at San Diego, and Arizona visits San Francisco. Randy Johnson getting the start for the Diamondbacks today. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jackson the glance towards second. There go the runners. The pitch is high for ball 4. And, oh, wait a minute. That was called a strike, so it's a double steal. Wow. Well, I guess that's what I get for umpiring, but I might have been right, and the umpire might have been wrong. So a double steal. Sorensen is 22nd. Nieves is 3rd. And so that means $10 more goes to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah, courtesy of Dent Pro and Dent Pro colors. 3-2 to McPherson is fouled back. And so the count is full 3-2 as McPherson just did get a piece of a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes on McPherson. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Sorensen, a good lead at third. Nieves likewise at second for the 3-2 pitch. That's high, a breaking ball. He walked him. That looked better than the pitch that was called strike 2. That is the 4th walk issued by Jackson, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Alex Pelaez. Pelaez grounded out to second base his first time up. Alex this season, 4 for 5, batting with the bases full. First pitch on the way. Line towards left field. That one's headed to the wall. In to score Sorensen. Nieves right behind him. Playing the carom is Stanley. On to third goes McPherson. And into second is Alex Pelaez with a 2-run double. And the Stingers take a 2-0 lead. So now Alex 5 hits and 6 at-bats with 9 RBI with the bases full this year. Pelaez with his 18th 2-bagger of the year. He now has 60 runs batted in. As that was a rocket off the bat of Pelaez, as Jackson tried to get ahead of the count early, and Pelaez jumped all over the pitch. Now runners at second and third, 1 out. Brian Gordon, the batter, swings and misses, and a strike 0-1. Infield not quite all the way in around. 0 balls, 1 strike to count on Gordon. Runners at second and third with 1 out. The pitch. Ryan swings and fouls it straight back. The count's 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes to count on Gordon. Ryan waving that bat out over the plate. It's also just 3 points under his season average of a year ago, hitting .265 for Tucson. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball low, 1-2 the count on Bryan, with Tom Gregorio due next. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the outfield straightaway. 2-0 Stingers here in the third. Jackson's pitch, fastball, lifted foul, out of play to the left of home plate. The count holding at 1-2. Gordon's numbers pretty much identical from a year ago, with the exception of the home run total. 22 for Salt Lake, 13 last year for Tucson. A 1-2 again. Fastball grounded sharply to first off the glove of Garcia, who recovers and then makes the toss to Edwin Jackson for the out. On the play, McPherson comes on to score. Pelaez advances to third. The Stingers now lead it 3-0. So a 3-1 put out at first as Gordon drives in his 70th run of the year, tying his season total from last season. So now a runner at third base with 2 outs for Tom Gregorio, who walked his first time up. The Stingers with a 3 spot here in the third. And now the right-hander Jackson ready to pitch. And it sinks down low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Jackson has been all over the place. That sometimes keeps him from getting any of the borderline calls. 1-point umpire Travis Reininger, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Out in front of a changeup was Gregorio, and the count's even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nothing Stingers. Now Jackson ready to pitch. Swing and a miss at another off-speed pitch. Off-speed for Jackson is 86 miles per hour, as his fastball consistently is in the mid-90s. A 1-2 the count on Gregorio, with Pelaez at third, 2 outs and 3 runs across. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball into the dirt, bounces off the glove of Kellner, and Pelaez races in from third to score on a wild pitch. And now it's 4-0 Stingers. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Stingers have certainly made the most of this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Gregorio. Now Jackson with the pitch. Fastball fouled back over the roof, out of play. So it remains 2-2. That time Jackson came in with a 96 mile per hour heater. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty, 2 outs as Jackson delivers. Strike 3 called. A changeup in the outside corner at the belt, and that retires the side. But the Stingers score 4 runs in the inning on 2 hits. No errors, and nobody was left on the base paths. So after 2.5, it's the Stingers 4, Las Vegas nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
If you need to lose 15, 20, even 50 pounds or more, then you need the powerful one-day diet, an amazing breakthrough that guarantees rapid weight loss without giving up your favorite foods, counting calories, or taking dangerous diet pills.
I'm Linda. I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. I was skeptical at first, but it's simple, easy, and it really works.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I lost 21 pounds in 37 days and 10 inches off my waist on the one-day diet. I couldn't believe it.
There now exists a bioactive weight loss compound so powerful, so effective, that it boosts your metabolism, burns stored fat, and helps you lose weight fast. The one-day diet is much too powerful for people that need to lose less than 15 pounds.
Hi, my name is Anna. I lost 27 pounds in 45 days. I've never tried anything like this. It's truly amazing.
Call now for your risk-free starter pack at 1-800-626-5184. One-day diet is 100% safe, natural, and guaranteed. 1-800-626-5184. Call toll-free 1-800-626-5184. That's 1-800-626-5184.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
We go down to the bottom of the third inning. It's a 4-0 ball game in favor of the Stingers. It'll be Henri Stanley, Ryan Kellner, and Nick Theodoro, the 8-9-1 hitters, due up in the Las Vegas batting order to face right-hander Steve Green, who's been staked to a 4-run lead. Once again, the third inning brought to you by the Jordan River Par 3. For T-Times, call 533-4527 or go online at slctestgolf.com. Henri Stanley to lead it off, batting .258, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, 22 runs batted in for Stanley. He's 0 for 3 in this series. It's on the way, and it's in at the knees, a strike 0-1. Stanley 2 for 16 against Stinger, pitching as a 51. You combine his time with Portland and Las Vegas, and he's 7 for 33. As Stanley makes it 8 for 34 with a line drive single to center field. So the leadoff man is aboard. Well, one area in which Steve Green has struggled in this year, whenever his teammates have scored a bunch of runs for him, he tends to give them right back the very next half inning. So runner at first, nobody out for Ryan Kellner, batting 183. 7 doubles, 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. So runner at first, nobody out. Kellner swings and slices one foul out of play down the right field side. So the count 0-1. Second hit of the ball game for Las Vegas with that single by Stanley. Kellner with more strikeouts than hits in his career. The 0-1. Strike. A fastball in the outside corner above the knees. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Kellner with 53 strikeouts and 33 hits this year. He now has 49 more strikeouts than hits in his career. A 2-strike delivery. Outside at the knees with a fastball. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Kellner. We're in the bottom of the third. It's 4-0 Salt Lake. Now Green stares in, gets his sign, the quick throw to first. And Stanley is back. Outfield may be shaded towards right a bit for Kellner. A pitch. Breaking ball low. 2-2 the count of the right-hand batter. In his second full season for Las Vegas, although in a full year last year he only appeared in 48 games. This is his 64th game this season. Only catcher on the roster for Las Vegas, with Tom Wilson having been promoted earlier in the week. 2-2. Kellner swings and misses at a fastball. He struck him out. Second strikeout for Green, and there's 1 down here in the third. To the top of the order now, and Nick Theodoro bounced out on a 1-hopper to the first baseman Nieves, his first time up. Can't keep an eye on what's happening in the Central Division. Both Iowa and Colorado Springs lead their games. The Cubs over Omaha 6-1 in the 6th, while Sky Sox lead New Orleans 5-4 in the 5th. Iowa can clinch the division with a win today and a Colorado Springs loss. It's to Theodoro inside, step toward to first, and safe at first on a head-first dive. So Stanley just getting back, and a count on Theodoro 0-1. Infield, double play depth behind Green, with the exception of Elias over at third. Again, the throw to first, and the runner is back. Elias getting a chance to play his normal position here. Something he hasn't had a chance to do very much of this year. Here's a high chopper over the mound. The shortstop Sorensen steps on second and throws to first for the inning-ending double play as he fielded that ball while standing on the bag at second base. So Taylor made double play, and another $5 goes to the United Way, courtesy of the Taco Maker. So no runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. We move to the 4th. It's the Stingers 4 and Las Vegas nothing on ESPN 1230.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. That's right, with an average of 4.3 smiles per customer, a whopping 5.7 bags per order, and a lightning 11 seconds per price check, Goodwill is setting new standards for grocery stores everywhere. Recruited by all of the nation's top grocers, Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family products. To meet Andy Goodwill or any of his teammates, visit any of the Associated Food Stores throughout Utah. For your family, only the best.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
All right, we go to the fourth inning. It's 4-0 Stingers. It'll be Gary Johnson, Barry Wesson, and Zach Sorensen due up to face right-hander Edwin Jackson as they await the grounds crew to finish their job in clearing out the excess dirt behind third base. Gary Johnson flied to left field his first time up. He'll be followed by Barry Wesson and then Zach Sorensen. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by the Taco Maker. Burrito Babies are the hottest item at Taco Maker. 3 crisp bean burrito babies, lightly fried in a half corn, half flour tortilla, filled with homemade beans and cheese for just $1.89. And you can dip them into your favorite hot sauce or sour cream. And of course, Taco Maker donates $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers this year. Johnson cues one foul off the end of his bat over towards the third base dugout. The count's 0-1. The double play turned a moment ago by the Stingers. They're 141st of the year, making the total donation $705. No balls, 1 strike the count on left-hand hitting Gary Johnson. He's got a 4-game hitting streak working. There's a fastball high, ball 1. Gary had a 12-gamer during the second half of April. They carried 1 day into the month of May. 1-1 pitch on the way. Johnson hits a shot through the middle, and it finds its way through into center field. A base hit. He got jammed on that one, but somehow the little spinning liner that landed out near second and made its way through the infield. And so that's the third hit of the ball game for the Stingers. Johnson now with a 5-game hitting streak, and the batter will be Barry Weston, who fly to Nick Theodoro in deep center field his first time up. Wesson the hitter with a runner at first base and nobody out. Now the pitch, and it's a strike on the inside corner at the belt. 0-1 to Wesson. Las Vegas last night handed out its team awards. Now the 0-1. Inside, or in for a strike rather, and the count's 0-2. The Mayor's Trophy, voted on by the fans, goes to third baseman Rick Bell. Popular players, had a good season for Las Vegas. Now Jackson ready, the 0-2. Swung on, double play, ball to short. Perez has it, underhand flip to Thurston for 1. The turn and the toss to first in time for the double play. 6-4-3 double play, and with that there are 2 outs and nobody on base. That'll bring up Zach Sorensen, who walked and scored. In the third inning, the team MVP, Antonio Perez, who had a huge year. Mark Johnson, despite a 5-12 record, is the most valuable pitcher. Community Service Awards go to outfielder John Barnes and pitcher Harold Eckert. It's the Sorensen a strike on the outside corner at the knees. No such official awards for the Stingers, but Adam Riggs likely the MVP. He was third in the league MVP voting. The 0-1 pitch, fastball a little bit high. And the count on Sorensen is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitcher probably Scott Dunn, who had a great season both as a reliever and a starter, despite some control problems as Jackson misses high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Now the line, the 2-1. Swing and a foul, back out of play, and the count on Sorensen's 2-2. Several players, Zach Sorensen, Greg Jones, probably for a Community Service Award. They do a great job for the Stingers. 2-2 pitch is foul, back into the screen, still 2-2. Some of the MVPs over the years for Las Vegas include John Kruk. Joey Cora twice. He had some nice years in the big leagues. Now the pitch. Swung on and a little foul. Third base side. Back into the seats. And the count holds at 2-2 strikes. 4-0 Stingers. We're in the top of the fourth with 2 outs and nobody on base. Now Jackson's 2-2. Fastball, strike 3 called, and that retires the side. Caught the outside corner just under the belt. Strikeout number 3 for Edwin Jackson. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left on base. We move to the bottom of the fourth. Salt Lake 4, Las Vegas nothing on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
It'll be Jose Flores, Antonio Perez, and Luis Garcia, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Due up for Las Vegas against right-hander Steve Green, who's allowed 2 hits, no runs, with 2 strikeouts and no walks through the first 3 innings. Jose Flores to start it off. Bounced out for the second baseman, Jake Brewer, his first time up. Green's first delivery to him, a curveball low and outside of the right-hand batter. Ball 1. 1-0 the count on Flores. Now Green ready, the pitch. That sinks low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Last year, Flores led Sacramento with a .419 average against Salt Lake. Now the pitch. Strike into the knees, 2-1. Flores with over 150 at-bats against Salt Lake. Just 1 home run, that was last year. There's a ground ball out toward short, fielded on the hop by Sorensen. The throw a little high, but Davis comes down on the bag before the arrival of Flores for the out. So 1 down here in the Las Vegas fourth, and that'll bring up Antonio Perez, who hit a rocket that somehow Steve Green was able to reach out and spear before it was going to head on out to center field, and so Perez retired on a great play by Green. Cat-like reactions by Steve. 1 out, the pitch. Curveball strike. I said it was kind of like a glove save by Nikolai Hobby-Bulin, but since Green is from Montreal, I should probably use Jose Theodore. There's a pitch, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Green stares in, the pitch. Swung on, grounded sharply through the middle into center field, a base hit. So Perez is forward with a 1-out single, hit number 3 in the contest for Las Vegas. It's now even at 3 apiece, and the batter will be Luis Garcia. Grounded out to second his last time up, but a fine play by Jake Brewer going to his right, backhanding the ball, spinning, throwing, and then a good backhand scoop onto the dirt by Will Nieves over at first base. So the infield double play depth for Garcia. As Green deals, it's outside off the glove of Gregorio, and on to second base goes Perez. For the count, 1 ball, no strikes. They're going to call it a wild pitch. Interesting. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the double play erased as Green delivers. A fastball outside at the knees, ball 2. Time now to find out what else has happened on this date in baseball history. Brought to you by Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Just 20 minutes from the ballpark. Visit Stedman's, where you deal with the owner, not a salesman. Now Green ready. Perez the lead at second base. The pitch, swing, and a miss, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. It was on this date in 1998 that Mark McGwire hit his 60th home run of the season. First inning blast off left-hander Dennis Reyes. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Now the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 3. Apparently that has now officially been changed to a fastball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Or nothing Stingers, but Las Vegas with a runner at second base. And 1 out. A pitch. Swinging a foul back. 3-2 the count. On this date in 1997, Deion Sanders left the Reds to join the Dallas Cowboys for the remainder of the football season. At the time, Sanders was leading the National League with 56 stolen bases, but eventually would be overtaken by Pittsburgh's Tony Womack. It was also on this date in 1995 that Cal Ripken Jr. tied Lou Gehrig's record by playing in his 2,130th consecutive game. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Garcia. Runner at second base, Perez. 1 out. Stingers leading 4-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Now time called at home plate as Garcia steps out. Carlton Fisk on this date in 1987 hit his 300th career home run. Now the payoff pitch to Garcia. Fastball, and it's popped up a mile high behind home plate. Gregorio with the mask off, but that's going to land on the other side of the screen. Well out of play, and so the count remains 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second base, Perez. 3-2 the count on Garcia. Now Green's pitch. Curveball, tap fouls. Garcia reaching out, just did get a piece of it to stay alive. On this date in 1974, Milwaukee beats Boston. As rookie Gorman Thomas hit the 2-run homer of the ninth, his first home run for Milwaukee after hitting 51 for Sacramento, the old Sacramento Solon. Had that short porch in left field. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the payoff pitch. This one is lifted into the air to right center field. Gordon and Wesson converging on it. It's Barry Wesson, the right fielder, with the call on the catch. Tagging at second, Perez. Wesson throw in on 1 hop. Close, but not in time. Wesson, who had 19 assists out of the outfield last year with a strong 1-hop strike to third. But Perez just got in there under the tag of Pelaez. So 2 outs and a runner at third base for John Barnes. Barnes grounded out to the shortstop Sorensen his first time up. So 2 outs, a runner at third base. Outfield, couple of steps around towards left for John. He can spray the ball to all fields well. The pitch. Fastball outside, a little above the belt. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now Green with a glance towards third and a 1-0 home. In at the knees for a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Green with the 1-1 delivery to Barnes. Fastball foul, back out of play, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Angels in action tonight. They're at Cleveland. About 4 hours away from getting started. The 1-2 pitch to John Barnes. Rolling outside off the glove of Gregorio, but does not roll far enough away for Perez to be able to come home from third and score. The final in Toronto, the Blue Jays beat the A's 13-5, and so now the Angels with a win could pull back to within 3 of first place Oakland in the American League West. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Barnes. The pitch, curveball, popped up foul, first base side, giving Chase Nieves, but he won't get to it. Angels have 6 more games left with the A's. 3 at Anaheim the second to last weekend of the season, and 3 at Oakland on the final weekend of the year on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of October. 2-2 the count on Barnes. Perez the runner at third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Green ready with the 2-2 pitch. Fastball pulled foul, well out of play down the left field side. Still looking for the ball. Now they find it down the left field side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, time call. In that American League East race, the Yankees lead the Red Sox by 2.5. Boston leading Texas 4-1 in the 7th. While the Yankees and Orioles are tied 3-3 going into the 9th. The 2-2 again to Barnes. Curveball low and outside for ball 3. So full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chicago now leading Seattle 4-0 thanks to Paul Konerko's 35th home run of the year. What a bounce-back season for him after a miserable 2003. 3-2 payoff pitch is a fastball outside, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Green in the ball game, and so now the 51s have runners at first and third with 2 out for Rick Bell, who reached on an infield single in the 2nd. Went to second on a throwing error by Jake Thrower, but was stranded at second base. So runners at first and third with 2 outs. Green's pitch, strike on the outside, caught at the knees, 0-1. For Steve, this is his 2nd start of the year against Las Vegas. He took the loss on the 21st of August at home, giving up 7 runs, only 3 of them earned on 8 hits in 4 innings. There's a fastball strike on the outer part of the plate above the knees, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Bell. Perez the lead at third, Barnes over at first, the 0-2 from Green. Fastball just outside below the belt, 1-2 the count. Joe Thurston is on deck. Green trying to maintain a 4-0 lead, the 1-2 pitch to Bell. Curveball, cute foul off the end of his bat as he just got a piece of that 79-mile-per-hour bender. And so we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Green trying to pick up his first win since the 26th of June, leading 4-0 here in the 4th. Green ready, the 1-2 to Bell. Swung on, grounded through the left side and into left field, a base hit. Perez will come on in from third base to score. Barnes will stop at second base. It's an RBI single for Rick Bell, and it's now a 4-1 ball game. And now Joe Thurston stands in, representing the potential tying run. He struck out swinging his first time up. So Las Vegas on the board here. On the 2-out run scoring single by Rick Bell. And now Green ready. The pitch. Thurston swings and he pops it up into shallow right center. Coming in Gordon, shades down, glove up, and he'll make the catch. to retire the side. 1 run, though, for Las Vegas on 2 hits. No errors and 2 left. We head to the 5th. It is the Stingers 4 and Las Vegas 1 on ESPN 1230.
Oil's one for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, Jack, go to Jake. Jake's over the top, baby. Yeah.
Let me tell you about Jake's Over the Top. The name comes from the insane way their monster shakes rises inches above the top of the cup. A mountain of ice cream blended with crushed fruit, nuts, candy, and cookies. Like the strawberry banana shake, the turtle shake, or the Oreo.
And if you're lonesome tonight,
join me for a burger big enough for the 2 of us. It's called a Big Jake Burger. This hunk of bone and love is 2 quarter-pound cheeseburgers, topped with 2 slices of cheddar cheese, freshly cooked bacon, ketchup, mayo, mustard, pickles, lettuce, and tomatoes on a sesame seed bun.
It's 99-cent Wednesdays at Jake's Over the Top Classic Burgers. Get a hot fudge sundae for only 99 cents at Jake's. We don't stop at the top.
Thank you, Jake's Over the Top. Thank you very much.
Imaging Concepts of Utah invites you to help grant a child's wish. Sponsor the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Utah through the Cartridges for Kids program. Recycle your empty inkjet, laser, fax, or copier cartridges, or use cell phones with Imaging Concepts of Utah. The Make-A-Wish Foundation receives 100% of the proceeds, and there's no cost to participate. Call Imaging Concepts of Utah at 866-COPY. That's 866-2679 to schedule a pickup for your empty cartridges.
We move along to the 5th inning now with the Stingers out in front by a score of 4-1. Top of the order, Jake Thrower, Will Nieves, Dallas McPherson to face right-hander Edwin Jackson. Thrower 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging, and he's fouled out to first in 2 plate appearances. Edwin Jackson's first delivery is fouled off the left foot of the home plate umpire Travis Reininger, who walks it off. And professional courtesy now, Ryan Kellner, the catcher, will go out. Talk to Edwin Jackson, just a meaningless conversation, allowing Reininger to walk that off. 0-1 the count, our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Las Vegas defensive alignment. Henri Stanley in left, Nick Theodoro in center, John Barnes in right, Rick Bell at third, Antonio Perez at short, Joe Thurston at second base, and Luis Garcia at first. A battery of Edwin Jackson pitching and Ryan Kellner catching. Now the 0-1. Fastball high, 1-1 the count on Thrower. 1 ball, 1 strike. Heath Totten throwing in the Las Vegas bullpen as there's a pitch on the inside at the knees. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Yankees and Orioles 3-3 in the 9th. Baltimore with runners at second and third and 2 outs against Mariano Rivera. 2-1 pitch, and Thrower bounces one right side. Backhanded by Garcia on the second hop, and he'll take it 4 steps to the bag for the out. 1 away. That'll bring up Will Nieves, who's 1 for 2. Nieves singled and scored in the Stingers' 4-run 3rd inning.
Well,
and now here's Nieves, 1 for 2 on the day. That'll put him just above the 300 mark for his batting average. He came in batting .299. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Nieves, as the 0-1 comes home, swinging a foul back. 0-2 the count. Nieves has hit over 300 before, a couple of times actually. Rancho Cucamonga Class A in 99, he hit 328. He hit 308 for Portland in 2002, and 70 games there for the Beavers. And an even 300 for Mobile in 2000. There's a fastball just outside at the knees. 1-1. Nieves hit 283 last year. Now the pitch. Swung on, foul back. Off to our right. 1-2 the count. Baltimore threatened but did not score in the top of the 9th. Tied with the Yankees 3-3. New York trying to salvage the final game of the series and avoid being swept We'll have Jeter, Williams, and Sheffield due up in the bottom of the ninth. One out, nobody on. The 1-2 pitch to Nieves. Swung on and lifted in the air down the right field side. Barnes coming hard over towards the line, crosses the stripe, but into foul territory, makes the catch for out number 2. The 2 away here in the 5th. That'll bring up Dallas McPherson, who has been up twice, and he has walked twice. He also scored in that 4-run third inning. New Orleans has taken a 7-5 lead at Colorado Springs in the 6th. Iowa in the 6th leading Omaha 6-1. If those 2 scores hold up, Iowa wins the Central. First pitch to McPherson, and it's down low, ball 1. In the Pacific Conference Playoff Series set with Sacramento and Portland. The first 2 games at Sacramento, games 3 if necessary 4 and 5 at Portland as McPherson fouls one back. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Stingers. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for Las Vegas as the 1-1 comes home. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball down and into the left-hand batter. The count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Dallas. Now McPherson's pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air towards right. Barnes camped underneath it, waiting for it to come down. It does, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Stingers for the first time this afternoon. And at the halfway point of a scheduled 9-rounder, it's Salt Lake 4, Las Vegas 1 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
With September comes the opening weekend of college football. The leagues begin to turn, and Plaza Cycle holds their 04 fall clearance sale. What does this mean to you? Simply the lowest prices of the year on all 2004 ATVs, dirt bikes, street bikes, snowmobiles, and personal watercraft. Makes like Honda, Yamaha, Polaris, and Kawasaki. All must be sold to make room for 2005 models soon to be arriving. Remember, Plaza Cycle is your headquarters for all your service and repair for your ATV or motorcycle. Let our trained servicemen get your ATV ready for the hunt with a complete service and inspection. Need a new helmet, gloves, leather coat, or any other accessories? Then Plaza Cycle is the place, because all riding gear and accessories are on sale now as well. Lowest prices of the year. Great financing available. Get to Plaza Cycle, located right here in the valley at 1379 West, 3300 South, just a short drive west off I-15 and 33rd South. Or see them on the web at plazacycle.com.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Stingers out in front, 4-1. Will be Henri Stanley, Ryan Kellner, Nick Theodoro, the 8-9-1 hitters in the Las Vegas order to face right-hander Steve Green. Stanley single to center his first time up, but was erased on an inning 6-3 double play. Curveball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers defensive alignment, courtesy of the phone directories company. Coming up after the 0-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner, a breaking ball at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Gary Johnson, Brian Gordon, Barry Wesson in left, center, and right. Alex Pelaez at third, Zach Sorensen at short. Jake Brewer at second, Will Nieves at first. The battery of Steve Green pitching and Tom Gregorio catching. 0-2 curveballs in the dirt. The count's 1-2. Jose Guillen left the Angels to fly back to Southern California from Cleveland to have some tests done on his swollen right wrist. Turns out it was carpal tunnel syndrome. 1-2 pitches high for a ball, 2-2. Same malady that plagued Ben Weber. And he was sent down to the Stingers, still with the ball club. But healthy again, the 2-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 3 in the ball game for Steve Green, and there's one down here in the 5th. Brings up the catcher, Ryan Kellner, who went down swinging at a 2-2 fastball in the 3rd inning. Stingers leading 4-1 here in the 5th. Again, tomorrow's season finale, Jason Middlebrook against Mark Johnson in a matchup of right-handers. As Green's changeup is high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, the pitch. Fastball fouled off the top of the screen, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike the count on the right-hand batting Ryan Kellner. As Green's pitch is low and outside to the right-hand hitter. 2-1 the count. Stingers at 56 and 86 on the year. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and line towards right. That's going to fall in front of Barry Wesson for a base hit. And Kellner's aboard with a 1-out single. Hit number 5 for Las Vegas in the ball game. So to the top of the order, Nick Theodoro grounded into a double play his last time up. He's 0 for 2. Theodoro was the 51 lone representative at the AAA All-Star game this year over in Pawtucket. He also represented Greece in the Olympics. One of his teammates on the Greek national team was former Stinger Clay Bellinger. Pitch on the way, and Theodoro takes a breaking ball, and it's an ease for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. New Orleans now leading at Colorado Springs 8-5 in the 7th. The 0-1, and that pitch is low for a ball, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jose Flores, the designated hitter, is due next. Kellner will lead at first. Green tosses over. Kellner doubtful that he's going anywhere. Heath Totten throwing down the left field line for Las Vegas. We'll likely see him when we start the top of the 6th. Now Green ready. The 1-1. That sinks down low for a ball, and it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. And see some of the palm trees moving, but Old Glory's not out in center field. There's a off-speed pitch, a little bit low, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Theodoro. Green walking around the mound. That is an indication that he was not particularly pleased with the call from home plate umpire Travis Reininger. 3 balls, 1 strike. Green's pitch. Low, ball 4. That's the second walk issued by Steve, and now Las Vegas has something brewing, with runners at first and second base with only 1 out. And the rally got started thanks to a single to right by the 183 hitting Ryan Kellner. And now here's Jose Flores, who's grounded out twice, once to second and once to short. And now he stands in representing the potential tying run. Green ready, and the first pitch to Flores. Low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Catcher Tom Gregorio to the mound to have a word with Green. A brief conversation as Tom has gone back behind the plate. 1 ball, no strikes the count on Flores. Infield double play depth behind Steve. Outfield straight away. Green's 1-0. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Flores. Looking at his numbers, 192. Now 194 at bats against Salt Lake. Fastball strike, letter high. There were some pitches down around the knees that looked better than that one that was called a strike, and those were called balls. So now runners at first and second base with a 1-2 count on Flores, who is less than thrilled with the call. Players on both sides not happy with Travis. Curveball into the dirt off the right shoulder of Gregorio. But no one strayed far enough away to advance, and they both scamper back as Gregorio is ready to make a throw to second or first to try to pick off a runner. So now the count on Flores is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes the count on Jose. Flores waving that bat out over the plate. Green peers in. Steve gets his sign for the 2-2. Fastball just missed a little high ball, 3. So the count is full at 3-2. Let's see what kind of a gambling man Terry Kennedy is here with Flores at the plate. If he sends the runners here, Flores does not strike out a whole lot, so they may send him. Green ready. The 3-2 pitch. They don't go, and it's popped up foul. First base side out of play. So it's still 3-2. Flores with only 30 strikeouts and 317 official at bats. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Now Green ready. The payoff pitch again. The runners again don't go, and it's lined off the glove of Pelaez and down the left field line. In to score, Kellner. Racing for third, Theodoro. Judson tracking it down. Theodoro around third will score, and into third base with a head-first dive is Jose Flores, and it's 4-3. A liner that Pelaez was just a fraction late in getting his glove up. He deflected the ball. But it goes as Jose Flores' first triple of the season. And now it's a 1-run game. And the tying runs at third with only 1 out. And now activity in the Stingers bullpen as Brandon Emmanuel is throwing. Antonio Perez 1 for 2. Singleton scored his last time up. And he takes the fastball high, ball 1. One ball, no strike. Infield in all the way around. A pitch. Curveball, grounded foul outside the bag at third, 1-1. Jorge Posada was issued a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the 9th by Jorge Julio, and the Yankees beat Baltimore 4-3 to salvage the final game of that series. Red Sox leading Texas 6-1 in the 8th, so it looks like it'll be status quo in the AL East with New York up by 2.5 games. The 1-1 to Perez. Curveball low and outside. 2-1 the count of the right-hand batter. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Now Green ready, the pitch. Inside at the knees, ball 3. 3-1 the count. The big slugger, Luis Garcia, is on deck. Now Green ready, the 3-1. Bringing a foul at home plate. 3-2 the count on Perez. Well, Baltimore had a chance to take the lead in the top of the 9th inning. They did not convert. But the Yankees do, getting a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the 9th for the win. Complete rundown on all the scores coming up in the top of the 6th. 3-2 pitch again. There's a liner in the right field, a base hit. In from third, Flores will score. Perez holds it first as Wesson gets the ball in a hurry. It's an RBI single, and the game is tied at 4-4. So the 4-0 lead completely gone now. And now here's Luis Garcia, who's 0 for 2. He's grounded to second and fly to right field. 3-2 delivery, and Perez did a great job of just going the other way with it and poking it into right field. So the game tied, the pitch, and Garcia takes a curveball low, ball 1. Las Vegas has now out-hit the Stingers 7-3. Go to first base, and at first time for Perez gets him back into the bag. One out, runner at first base. The infield double play depth again. Green throws, and it's in the dirt and gets away from Nieves. Goes down into the Stingers bullpen, and Perez is going to go all the way to third. So Steve Green with a wild heave over to first base. And now the lead run for Las Vegas is at third with one out. Green rushed his motion, threw it sidearm, and it dropped down into the dirt. And Nieves could not stop it. Now the infield drawn in all the way around. The pitch. Garcia takes inside at the knees. A ball that's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Green ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground foul over towards the Las Vegas dugout in third. So the count on Garcia, 2-1. A 4-4 game now, and the 51s have the lead run at third with one out. Infield in all the way around. The outfield around towards left and deep. The pitch. Swinging another ground foul up the third base side, and that evens the count at 2-2. Emmanuel more than likely ready when need be. Down the right field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Green stares in, gets his sign from Grigori. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and a fastball away. He struck him out. 2 down. Strikeout number 4 for Green in the ball game, and that'll bring up John Barnes, who has grounded out and walked in 2 plate appearances.
Number 40, John Barnes.
So 2 out, a base runner at third. Now Green working from the stretch, delivers, and Barnes lines one foul, twisting out of play down the right field side. That man tried to go after it with his glove. That man with a personal best 79 foul balls retrieved this year. The 0-1. Inside at the knees, a ball 1-1, looking for his 80th today. He won't be here for tomorrow's game. And every time he gets a foul ball, he does hand it over to a youngster. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball, and did he go around? No, it's his first base umpire, Cameron Keller, and the count's 2-1. Oh, he did get one today? Okay, so he's got 80 now. Big, nice round number for Netman. The 2-1 pitch on the way, and it's a strike. A breaking ball in the inside corner at the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He was very impressed with the youngster he gave a foul ball to yesterday. Quite a baseball fan. At the age of 9. Now the 2-2. Barnes takes just a little bit low. Greeny started to walk towards the first base dugout, thinking he had a called third strike. Then 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Barnes as Green deals the payoff pitch. Curveball waved at and missed. He struck him out. A 3-2 bender, and that retires the side. But Las Vegas has tied it up with 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on the base paths. After 5 complete here in Las Vegas, we're back to square one. It's the Stingers 4, Las Vegas 4 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Gen-Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
If you need to lose 15, 20, even 50 pounds or more, then you need the powerful one-day diet, an amazing breakthrough that guarantees rapid weight loss without giving up your favorite foods, counting calories, or taking dangerous diet pills.
I'm Linda. I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. I was skeptical at first, but it's simple, easy, and it really works.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I lost 21 pounds in 37 days and 10 inches off my waist on the one-day diet. I couldn't believe it.
There now exists a bioactive weight loss compound so powerful, so effective that it boosts your metabolism, burns stored fat, and helps you lose weight fast. The one-day diet is much too powerful for people that need to lose less than 15 pounds.
Hi, my name is Anna. I lost 27 pounds in 45 days. I've never tried anything like this. It's truly amazing.
Call now for your risk-free starter pack at 1-800-626-5184. One-day diet is 100% safe, natural, and guaranteed. 1-800-626-5184. Call toll free 1-800-626-5184. That's 1-800-626-5184.
We move to the sixth inning and a pitching change now for Las Vegas as Terry Kennedy makes his connected wireless call to the bullpen. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless. Call 205-FREE for the location nearest you. Now Totten coming on to pitch. And for Totten, this will be his 28th appearance of the year, his first out of the bullpen. He's 7-11 as a starter with one complete game. The PCL batting .318 against Totten. The first batter he'll face is Alex Pelaez, who drove in 2 runs with a double his last time up. So Totten's first pitch to Pelaez is ripped through the hole into left field, a base hit, and so Alex is 2 for 3 on the day. Hit number 4 for the Stingers in the ball game. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts to first, the second of which brought home a run. Totten has made 3 starts against Salt Lake, 2 no decisions and a loss. The loss coming here on July 8th. Giving up a total of 15 runs, 12 of them earned, on 24 hits in 17 and 2/3 innings against Salt Lake. Brian Gordon, the batter, the infield double play depth as Totten's pitch is a fastball in at the knees for a strike. 0-1 as Gordon showed fun. Edwin Jackson, 5 innings of work, 3 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of them earned. Walked 4, struck out 3, and threw 1 wild pitch. Now Totten's 0-1. Gordon takes a fastball strike. Held high in the inside corner. Also time now to find out what else is happening in the PCL and Major League Baseball, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. First, the 0-2 pitch to Gordon. Curveball fouled back. You can find the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. In the Pacific Coast League, again in the one race yet to be determined, Iowa leading Colorado Springs by a game in the Central Division. Iowa in the 8th leading Omaha 8-3, but the Sky Sox trail New Orleans 8-5 in the 7th. The 0-2 to Gordon, and that sinks low for a ball, 1-2. Again, if those scores hold up, Iowa clinches the division crown. Tucson and Tacoma just underway. Sacramento and Portland to be getting started again in about 25 minutes or so from now. Now the 1-2 pitch to Gordon on the way from Totten. Third ball, little roller to the left side. Bell, the third baseman, to his left, stumbles, makes a backhand flip, and it pulls Thurston off the back. Nobody's covering third, so Pelaez gets up and races to the bag. Good effort by Alex Pelaez. Bell to his left, stumbled to his knees, tried a backhand shovel pass to Thurston, and it went off his glove as Thurston tried to make the stretch at second base to get the out, and when the ball went off his glove, Pelaez noticed nobody over at third base. And so he just outran everybody to the bag. That's going to go as an infield single. Pelaez taking third on the error. The question is on who? Runners at first and third, nobody out. Tom Gregorio, the batter. The pitch, and it's inside, ball 1. I would guess it would be an error on Bell because the throw was pulling Thurston off the bag anyway. And we're off his mitt, allowing Elias with his heads-up base running to advance as Gregorio swings and fouls back the fastball. And the count on Tom is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gregorio has walked and taken a called third strike today, still looking for a hit to extend his streak to 14 games. Tonight on PCL, Nashville's at Memphis. Albuquerque hosts Oklahoma, and Edmonton is at Fresno. It's the big league scoreboard in just a moment. Hot and ready. A 1-1 delivery to Gregorio. Third ball low and outside. 2-1 the count. They're in the ninth at Fenway. Michael Young has just hit his second home run of the game. Red Sox leading Texas 6-3, though, with 1 out of the ninth. David Ortiz with his 35th. Kurt Schilling on his way to a victory, more than likely. Kansas City leading at Minnesota 12-1 in the eighth. The 2-1. Swing and a double play ball to short. Perez backhands it, drops it, picks it up, has to throw to first, and gets the out there. But Elias comes in to score, and it's a 5-4 Stingers lead. It'll be a 6-3 put out. An RBI for Gregorio, his 32nd. And so Pelaez scores, Gordon at second, and the Stingers are back out in front by a score of 5-4. And they still have a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. The batter will be Gary Johnson, who's 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. As he hit a little soft liner through the middle. Now the pitch. Johnson swings and slices 1 foul. Out of play down the left field side for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. White Sox leading Seattle 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning at Chicago. Angels and Indians later on this evening. Oakland loses at Toronto 13-5, while the Yankees get a run in the bottom of the ninth to beat Baltimore 4-3. There's a strike. Fastball in the inside corner, just under the belt, 0-2. After the Yankees spotted Baltimore, a 3-0 lead after the first half inning. Detroit and Tampa Bay postponed due to Hurricane Francis. National League, Montreal batting in the bottom of the 11th, tied with Atlanta 3-3. Now the 0-2. Fastball high, 1-2 the count. Gary had a notion to go after it, but held up in plenty of time. Cincinnati leading at Milwaukee 9-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Adam Dunn with his 41st home run of the year for the Reds. At Houston in the 8th, the Astros are doubling up the Pirates 10-5. Houston making a late surge for that wild card spot. Cardinals leading the Dodgers again 5-2. That's in the 9th inning at St. Louis. Adrian Beltre with his 44th homer for the Dodgers. 1-2 to Johnson, bounces in and off the glove of Kellner. He can't find it. He does now to his left, but on the play, on the wild pitch, Gordon goes to third. And now the count is 2-2, and for Totten, that is his. Actually, that one actually hit Johnson in the foot. No call right away by Travis Reiniger, and so Gordon has to go back to second. There is no wild pitch. The runners at first and second now. So 1 out, runners at first and second. Barry Wesson the batter. The pitch is a fastball in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Gordon at second, Johnson at first with 1 out. 1 run in, Stingers leading 5-4. Colorado leading at San Diego 2-0 in the third on Jeremy Burnett's 33rd homer. There's a pitch low and outside, a ball 1-1. Arizona 1, San Francisco 0 in the third at SBC. Phillies beat the Mets today 4-2. Cubs and Marlins, of course, postponed. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out as Totten deals. Fastball, low and outside, snap throw to second, and Gordon dives back in. Emmanuel still up in the Stingers bullpen, so we've likely seen the last of Steve Green today. But now that the Stingers have taken the lead once again, he is the pitcher of record in this game. Two balls, 1 strike the count on Wesson. Totten from the belt delivers. Fastball driven up the alley in right center field. Going back is Barnes. That ball's going to be off the wall. Playing the care of is the center fielder, Theodorou. Gordon in to score. Right behind him is Gary Johnson. The throw to the plate, and he is out at the plate. That'll go as an RBI double for Wesson, and the Stingers are out in front 6-4. But Johnson was sent home on the play. The throw beat him by so much that Kellner was able to catch it about 6 or 7 feet to the right of home plate and come back across to tag Johnson as he slid in. But Wesson with his 10th double and his 24th run batted in. So 2 outs now. 6-4 Stingers, and the batter will be Zach Sorensen, who's walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Well, the Stingers really missed having Barry Weston in the lineup on a day-in, day-out basis this year. There's a fastball in for a strike, 0-1, both from an offensive and a defensive standpoint. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Curveball drops in for a strike on Sorensen. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Now the pitch. Curveball into the dirt. Blocked by the catcher, Kellner. Rangers have scored 4 runs in the 9th, and they now trail Boston 6-5 with a tying run at first base. 2 out, and Kevin Mench at the plate for Texas. Now Totten ready. His 1-2 pitch to Zach. Slapped towards third. A fair ball inside the bag. Backhanded by Bell. Turns the long throw to first. Not in time. Wesson has to hold his ground at second base. It'll be an infield single for Sorensen. And the Stingers now have runners at first and second with 2 out. Sorensen with that infield hit extends his hitting streak to 7 games. Brings up Jake Thrower now, who's 0 for 3. Grounded out to first his last time up. Hit number 7 in the ball game for Salt Lake, so the hits are now even at 7 aside. Now Totten's first pitch to Thrower, curveball low, ball 1. Well, I have no idea who the guilty party is, but I'm sure that somewhere along the line, someone over in the press box said something about how quick this game is going, because it's come to a screeching halt over the last 2 half innings. A lot of offense. There's a pitch, fastball high, and it's 2-0, and a lot of batters going deep into the count. Two balls, no strikes the count on Thrower, with Will Nieves due next. Now Totten ready. The pitch. Swing, a little tap foul to the left of home plate, and the count on Jake is 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Thrower. 6-4 Stingers. We're in the 6th. Salt Lake led 4-0. Las Vegas got 1 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th to tie. The Stingers have scored 2 here in the 6th to regain the lead. 2-1 to Thrower's line toward left, but Stanley coming in, reaches up and makes the Bill the cap high catch to retire the side. 2-run score for the Stingers on 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners were left on the base paths. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now the Stingers 6, Las Vegas 4 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up at the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-3.
Hey, this is Dan the Laptop Man from PC Laptops. And it's August. It's hot and sizzling. We've got the Psycho Blowout Sale for August. Check this out. It's back to school time. So what are we doing? We've got the best sale of the year going right now. And to celebrate, we've got 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for half a year. That's right. No down, no payments, no interest for half a year. Now, if you've got any other brand of old laptop, I don't care if it has a bullet hole on it, we'll take it on trade-in. In fact, we'll give you more money for your used laptop than anybody else just about on the planet. And you know what's cool? We'll transfer all your data to your brand new laptop. If you've got a digital camera, you've got any sort of accessories, we'll make all those things work for you. Plus, you know, all of our laptops come with a lifetime service guarantee. What does that mean? If you mess it up, get a virus, something like that, it's covered for as long as you own it. Come down to PC Laptops for a psycho summer sale, because at PC Laptops, we love you.
Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
QS Murray, Salt Lake City.
Fakes, roll the crowd down the hook.
This is the SBN Radio AM 1230.
Play him bust to the left hand.
Worldwide leader in sports on Citadel Broadcasting Station.
Finally go now to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Cashman Field, and Brandon Emanuel comes on for the Stingers, making his 38th appearance of the year, his 31st out of the bullpen. He's won 5 and lost 8 with 3 saves and a 6.06 earned run average. The PCL batting .320. Against right-hander Brandon Emanuel, he'll face Rick Bell, Joe Thurston, and Henri Stanley here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch low and outside. Ball 1 to the right-hand batter. Bell 2 for 2 with an RBI single his last time up. Stingers now back out in front by a score of 6-4. As Emanuel's pitch is fouled back, and that evens the count at 1-1. Steve Green, 5 innings of work, 7 hits allowed, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Struck out 5 and walked 2 in the ball game. As the pitch comes home, a curveball that broke late and missed high, and the count on Bell. 2 balls and 1 strike. Oh, Brandon Emanuel, the former quarterback at Northeastern Louisiana University. To make that Northwestern State as Bell on the 2-1 pops it up into shallow right. Coming on, Barry Wesson makes the belt high catch at the last moment as he called off the second baseman thrower coming out. And so 1 away, and that'll bring out Joe Thurston, who's 0 for 2. Well, barring a big rally, and certainly you can do that at Sky Sox Stadium, it looks like Iowa's going to wrap up the Central Division today. They defeated Omaha by a score of 8-4, while the Sky Sox in the 8th now trail New Orleans 11-5. The 1 out, the pitch on the way to Joe Thurston. A curveball over at the knees for a strike 0-1. Thurston struck out swinging in the second and flied out to center in the 4th. Pitch on the way. Thurston tries to run up and slap at it, but misses for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Now Emanuel from the stretch ready. The 2-strike pitch. Curveball, chop foul behind home plate. The count remains 0-2. Time now to find out who's hot and who's cold at the PCL. Brought to you by your Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Keep cool this summer and warm next winter. Visit any of your Utah area Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Winter's not that far away. Now the 0-2 pitch to Thurston. Curveball, grounded foul again. Quickly into the seats down the first base side. Still 0-2. Well, Iowa and Colorado Springs have been hot of late, particularly Colorado Springs, but Iowa's gotten red hot when they've needed to, winning their 5th in a row today. Sky Sox come in having won 4 straight. The 0-2 again to Thurston is popped up. Left side of the infield, Pelaez flips the shades down behind third base, and he'll put it away for the second out. So Thurston retired, 2 down. That'll bring up Henri Stanley, who has singled and struck out in 2 plate appearances.
Number 12.
Portland's been on fire as well, having their 9-game winning streak snapped yesterday, but obviously that still means they've won 9 out of 10. On the cold side, Fresno's lost 6 in a row. Albuquerque has dropped 8 of 10. First pitch to Stanley on the way is ripped down the right field line, but foul. 0-1 the count as Davis watched it sail on by, but it had some hook to it and landed on the foul side of the right field line. Dodgers scored 3 runs in the ninth and have tied the Cardinals in St. Louis 5-5, with St. Louis coming to bat in the bottom half of the ninth. No balls, 1 strike to count on Henri Stanley as Emmanuel from the belt delivers. Inside at the knees, a ball, and that evens the count on Stanley at 1 ball and 1 strike. Last year, Stanley, an everyday player for New Orleans, was 5th in the league with 148 hits and with 85 runs scored. 1-1 pitch outside at the knees, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Stanley waiting as Emmanuel delivers the 2-1. Swung on, popped up foul, third base side. Pelaez giving chase, and he won't be able to get to that one as it lands in the picnic area. And the count's even at 2-2, and the race is on for the souvenir. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And the adult gets booed after winning the race with the kid, and so the gentleman tosses the ball to a youngster after the youngster had taken his glove and thrown it to the seat in disgust. 2 balls, 2 strikes the pitch. And it's high, a ball 3-2 to Henri Stanley with 2 outs and the bases empty here in the 6th inning. Emmanuel ready from the belt, the payoff pitch. Fastball lifted foul, third base side and out of play, so the count remains 3-2. The 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the bottom of the 6th inning here in Las Vegas, Stingers out in front 6-4 in the penultimate game of the season. 3-2 delivery. Fouled off again, third base side, out of play. So the count remains full at 3-2 on Stanley. Stingers next season, based on the tentative schedule, will also close out the regular season. Labor Day weekend here in Las Vegas. 3-2 pitch on the way. Waved at and missed. A curveball, he struck him out, and that's the first strikeout for Emmanuel. The 6th for Stingers pitching the ball game. So Las Vegas is up and down in order in their half of the 6th. We move on to the 7th here at Cashman Field with a score. The Stingers 6 and Las Vegas 4 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. That's right, with an average of 4.3 smiles per customer, a whopping 5.7 bags per order, and a lightning 11 seconds per price check, Goodwill is setting new standards for grocery stores everywhere. Recruited by all of the nation's top grocers, Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. To meet Andy Goodwill or any of his teammates, visit any of the Associated Food Stores throughout Utah. For your family, only the best.
We head to the 7th inning. Stingers leading by a score of 6-4. The total for the Stingers, 6 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and they've left 4 runners on base. For Las Vegas, 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error, and they've left 4 on base. Steve Green for the Stingers and Heath Totten for Las Vegas are the pitchers of record. Totten throwing his last warm-up of the 7th inning. He'll face Will Nieves, Dallas McPherson, and Alex Pelaez. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters in Mike Brumley's batting order. Heath Totten ready on top of the hill, waiting for the grounds crew cart to leave the playing surface. It has, and so we're ready to go. Will Davis, 1 for 3, single to left field and scored in the third. Exactly at 300 for a batting average coming into this at bat as Totten delivers. Third ball strike, 0-1 with that Kevin Brown type delivery where he turns his back onto the hitter. 0-1 the count. Now Totten ready to pitch. Third ball popped up in back of third. Rick Bell shading his eyes with his glove in fair territory, backpedaling and reaches back at the last moment to make the catch for out number 1. Davis retired. That'll bring up Dallas McPherson, who's walked twice, scored a run, and fly to right field. And according to AngelsBaseball.com, the expectations are that Matt Hensley will be recalled once the Stingers season concludes tomorrow. And a possibility that Dallas McPherson, who's at the plate now, will be called up. McPherson will play winter ball in the Dominican Republic. There's a pitch strike in the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Hensley will pitch in Puerto Rico over the winter. Jeff Mathis in the Arizona Instructional League. J.C. Kochman in the Dominican Republic as well. The 0-1. McPherson takes outside at the knees, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andres Galarraga still has not gotten at bat since being called up. The same can be said for Shane Halter. A 1-1 to McPherson. Strike, the fastball in the outside corner at the knees, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes the count. Mike Scioscia saying Galarraga has the ability to hit the ball at the ballpark still. He's a special bat off the bench if the matchups are right. 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2. Talking to some of the scouts and even the Stingers coaching staff, Andres' success with Salt Lake came on breaking pitches and fastballs under 89 miles per hour. The 2-2. McPherson pops it up foul. Pitchers who were able to bring some heat, the Big Cat had trouble catching up with. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McPherson the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here in the top of the 7th, Stingers out in front of Las Vegas, 6-4. Now Totten ready, his motion. Here's the 2-2. Swing, another pop foul coming back off to the left and out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, tomorrow the season wraps up. In fact, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by University of Utah football. Defending Mountain West Conference and Liberty Bowl champs, still with 5 home games remaining. 2-2 pitch. McPherson rips one into left center field. Theodoro on his horse. Won't get to it as that one hops the wall near the 433 side. And McPherson's into second base with a 1-out double. That's his 19th 2-bagger as a Stinger. That one sailed over the head of Theodoro and hopped the barrier at the 433 sign. Now here's Alex Pelaez, who's 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored and a couple of runs batted in. Tickets available for U of U football at 581-UTIX or online at UtahUtes.com. U of U football, you ain't seen nothing yet. It'll be Jason Middlebrook, 7-9 for the Stingers tomorrow against Mark Johnson, 5-12 for Las Vegas. 1:05 game time. Will be on the air at 12:45 with the on-deck circle. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. After that, the Stingers are off until April the 7th, and they play host for the Tucson Sidewinders based on the preliminary schedule. Now the 0-1. Fastball chopped towards short. On to third goes McPherson. Perez throw to first in plenty of time to get Pelaez. So 2 outs. A runner at third base now for Brian Gordon, who's 1 for 3. Reached on an infield single his last time up and eventually came around to score. Stingers open up next year with Tucson and Las Vegas at home before heading to Arizona and then right here to Cashman Field. Totten ready, the pitch. Third ball low and inside, ball one. 1-0 the count. Stingers for the first time in about 4 years or so will have a 12-game homestand and a 12-game road trip. A road trip that doesn't make a whole lot of sense geographically. Oklahoma, New Orleans, and then Sacramento. 1-0 pitch to Gordon, swinging a foul. He banged that one off his foot. And so Bryan will hop around and try to walk it off with a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Gordon still walking around, trying to get the pain out as he strolls around, and now does a couple of deep knee bends over near the circle, or making his way back into the batter's box. Gordon with an RBI on the day, is 70th of the year on a ground out back in the 3rd inning. Stingers leading 6-4 here in the 7th. At first and at third. 2 out, the 1-1. Swinging a ground foul past the first base dugout, down towards the Salt Lake bullpen, and the count on Gordon is 1-2. And Bryan cracked his bat on that one, so he'll head back to the Stingers dugout and get a new piece of lumber. A 1-2 the count on Gordon, with Tom Gregorio due next. Bryan now landing a new bat and quickly putting on some pine tar. They've now gone to the 9th at Colorado Springs. Sky Sox will need at least 6 to avoid being eliminated from the Central Division race, as Iowa's already won its ball game today. The winner of that division advances to play Oklahoma in the first round of the playoffs, also known as the American Conference Final. Not that a whole lot of people around the league call it that. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's a breaking ball low, 2-2. And divisions will be renamed and realigned next year, with Colorado Springs replacing Edmonton, what's now in the North Division. The East Division makeup would be Memphis, Nashville, Iowa, and Omaha. In the South, or what's now the East, there's Gordon swinging and lifting a fly ball to right field. John Barnes in front of the track is there, and he'll put it away for the out. Will be made up of Albuquerque, Oklahoma, Round Rock, and New Orleans. So no runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. Brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness, now with 3 locations, Salt Lake, Orem, and Layton. Upper Limit Fitness will help you stretch a little further. After 6.5, it's the Stingers 6, Las Vegas 4 on ESPN 1230.
With September comes the opening weekend of college football. The leagues begin to turn, and Plaza Cycle holds their 04 fall clearance sale. What does this mean to you? Simply the lowest prices of the year on all 2004 ATVs, dirt bikes, street bikes, snowmobiles, and personal watercraft. Makes like Honda, Yamaha, Polaris, and Kawasaki. All must be sold to make room for 2005 models soon to be arriving. Remember, Plaza Cycle is your headquarters for all your service and repair for your ATV or motorcycle. Let our trained servicemen get your ATV ready for the hunt with a complete service and inspection. Need a new helmet, gloves, leather coat, or any other accessories? Then Plaza Cycle is the place, because all riding gear and accessories are on sale now as well. Lowest prices of the year. Great financing available. Get to Plaza Cycle, located right here in the valley at 1379 West, 3300 South, just a short drive west off I-15 and 33rd South. Or see them on the web at plazacycle.com.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the Big Green Monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go along now to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stingers leading 6-4. Brandon Emanuel starts his 2nd inning of relief. He'll face Ryan Kellner, Nick Theodoro, and Jose Flores. When the Stingers got their 2nd run of the 6th to expand their lead to 6-4, that was your Geico Insurance run of the game. First time the Stingers extend their lead after the fifth. It's the Geico Insurance Run. Rex Olson, your local Geico rep, then donates $10 to the Air Force Fund. That's the 45th Geico Insurance Run of the year as Kellner takes outside a fastball, ball one. That means the total donation so far this year stands at $450. As for one more Geico Insurance Run tomorrow. 1-0 pitch to Kellner on the way. Fastball fouled into the screen, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Cardinals and Dodgers tied 5-5 in the bottom of the 10th at St. Louis. One ball, 1 strike on Kellner. Now Emmanuel deals. Fastball waved at and missed. A strike, and it's 0-2. Emmanuel starting his second inning of relief. We've well documented his outstanding effort as a reliever after really struggling as a starter, a role that he wasn't going to have this year anyway, but the Stingers were shorthanded at the time. 1-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called on the outside corner above the knees. That's second strikeout for Emmanuel, and the 7th for Stingers pitching in the ball game. 1 out. That'll bring up Nick Theodora, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He's lowered his ERA over just a little over 4 runs per game since moving to the bullpen. Now Theodora, the batter, with 1 out, the base is empty here in the 7th for Las Vegas. Stingers leading 6-4. Emmanuel's pitch inside at the knees, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now Emmanuel ready. The pitch. Third ball, strike on the inside corner at the belt, and that evens the count at 1-1. Montreal got a run in the bottom of the 12th. They beat Atlanta 4-3. 1 ball, 1 strike. Malaya is even with the bag at third as Emmanuel deals. Outside at the belt, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. The outfield pretty much straight away for Nick Theodoro, who had a .339 career average at UCLA. The 2-1. High for a ball, and it is 3-1. Back in 1999 in the lower minors, he hit .310. 10th among all minor league switch hitters. That was with Class A San Bernardino. 3 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Fastball, line towards left. Johnson broke in, now racing back, reaches up and makes the catch. Good recovery by Johnson on a hard line drive off the bat of Theodoro, and there's 2 outs here in the 7th. Brings up Jose Flores, who rifled a triple into the left field corner to drive in 2 runs in the 5th. He later scored on a single by Perez that tied the game at 4. But the Stingers came right back with 2 of their own in the top of the 6th and lead it 6-4. The 2 outs. Nobody on base. The pitch. Curve ball, a beauty, over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Brandon Emmanuel ready. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, line towards right. Weston coming on, has to pull up and play it on a hop. As that one lands on the lawn, and Flores is aboard with a 2-out single for Antonio Perez, who's 2 for 3 and could very easily be 3 for 3. His first at bat, he had a hard line drive that somehow Steve Green was able to reach out and snare for the 3rd out of the inning. That'll bring up Perez, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored and a run batted in, as he brought home that tying run in the 5th. First pitch from Emmanuel. Swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike as Perez came up empty on a splitter. No balls, 1 strike to count. Flores the lead at first, the 0-1. Curve ball, a beauty for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Stingers leading by a score of 6-4. The hits are even at 8 apiece. Breeze starting to pick up a little bit, blowing in from right field. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball foul in between the coach's box and the bag at third. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And the Stingers and 51s will wrap up the season tomorrow afternoon. Jason Middlebrook for the Stingers. Mark Johnson for Las Vegas. Now the 0-2. Long on and a looping liner and a diving catch by Sorensen to his right to take the hit away from Perez. A great effort by Sorensen as he went to his right and then dove parallel to the ground and made the backhand grab. The no runs, one hit, one runner left on base. We move to the 8th. It remains the Stingers 6 and Las Vegas 4 on ESPN 1230.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real-life person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Hey, this is Dale Shanzi from Totally Awesome Computers. And computers, it's very important that you get good service with it. So I was going to show you how pathetic Dell support is by calling them live on the air to give you a demonstration, but there's no way I've been able to get a hold of them in the time it takes to make this commercial. So let me just call a Totally Awesome Computer store and show you how service is supposed to be done, where you have real people answer the phone. Check this out. This is a real call.
Totally Awesome Computers, this is Andy. We can do anything for you. Love you. How may I help you?
Hi there. Hey, do you guys cover viruses under your warranty?
We sure do. We'll take care of that for you.
Really? What if I don't want to do anything and I don't want to download stuff? Can I just bring it to you and have you just take care of it for me?
I would love to do that for you.
And what's that cost?
It's free. It's no charge. It's under warranty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you see the difference? At Totally Awesome Computers, we actually have service.
All right, we go to the 8th inning here in Las Vegas. It's the Stingers 6 and Las Vegas 4. Tom Gregorio, Gary Johnson, and Barry Wesson to face Heath Totten, who begins his 3rd inning of relief. Gregorio 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out his last time up. Takes a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. This could very well be Tom's last chance to extend his hitting streak to 14 games. No balls, 1 strike to count on Gregorio as Totten deals. Swinging a foul, glancing off the glove of the catcher Kellner. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors of Salt Lake, a mobile paintless dent repair company that comes to your home or office to work on your car. Call them today at 1-877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors, they make them like new again. 2 strikes to count on Gregorio as Totten delivers. Inside at the knees, 1-2. Dent Pro donates $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah for every stolen base by the Stingers this season. They've swiped 3 bases in this game, giving them a season total of 92 steals, making the total donation to this point $460. Now the line by Totten and the 1-2. Fastball low, 2-2 the count. Cardinal outfielder Larry Walker sprained his right knee today when he slipped fielding a ground ball and was removed from the 5th inning of the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Fastball popped up on the right side. Garcia and Thurston both there. Thurston calling off Garcia, and on the line makes the catch for out number 1. So Gregorio retired. That'll bring up Gary Johnson 1 for 2. Hit by a pitch on the foot his last time up.
Gary Johnson.
Pedro Estacio, who's been rehabbing from his shoulder injury and surgery, called up by the Red Sox today from AAA Pawtucket. Johnny Damon, a late scratch today for the Red Sox with an injured finger, jamming his right pinky, diving back to first against Anaheim on Thursday. Johnson swings and misses at a breaking ball down and in for strike 1. For the Pirates today, right-hander Kip Wells left his start against the Astros in the first inning with tightness in his pitching elbow, throwing just 13 pitches. Now the 0-1. Johnson takes outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-1. This was Wells' first outing since August 23rd when he went on the disabled list with right elbow inflammation. Now the 1-1. Johnson swings and chops one foul up the first base side. The count is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count on Gary with 1 out, bases empty in the 8th. Stingers leading 6-4. Now Totten into his motion, the pitch. Curveball low and inside to the left-hand batter, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The New Orleans defeated Colorado Springs. Iowa wins the PCL Central Division crown. Now the 2-2. Fastball high, and that fills the count at 3-2. 12-5 the final. New Orleans a winner. Three balls, 2 strikes to count on Johnson. Now Totten ready to pitch. Fastball driven into right center field. They're not going to get this one as Theodoro has to give chase. It rolls all the way to the wall. Johnson on his way to second. He's going to take the turn there. He's going to try for 3. Here's Thurston's throw. The slide by Johnson, and he is safe with a triple. Johnson's 5th 3-bagger of the year. And so Gary on at third with 1 out as that one 2-hopped the wall in right center field. Hit number 9 for the Stingers in the ball game. That'll bring up Barry Wesson, who doubled in a run his last time up. A chance for the Stingers to add to their 2-run lead here in the 8th. I have heard there in the background a few folks here from Salt Lake City for the series. Family decked out in their Stingers wear right below us. The pitch. Into the dirt. A breaking ball blocked by Kellner. Got a piece of it to keep it nearby and hold Johnson at third. 1 ball to count on Wesson. Both bullpens quiet for the time being. Infield in all the way around for Las Vegas with Johnson at third, 1 out. Now Totten ready to pitch. Up high for a ball. 2-0 the count on Barry. Totten, 6'3", 210 out of Port Arthur, Texas. Played collegiately at Lamar University. Now the 2-0. Fastball misses upstairs for ball 3. 3-0 the count on Wesson. His 28 starts last year led the Dodger organization. He's had 27 for Las Vegas. 3 balls, no strikes on Wesson with Sorensen due next. The pitch. Fastball high, and Barry goes to first on 4 pitches out of the strike zone. That is the first walk issued by Totten, and now the Stingers have runners at the corners with 1 out for Zach Sorensen. Walked and scored in the 3rd. He was called out on strikes in the 4th and reached on an infield single in the 6th, extending his hitting streak to 7 games. Cardinals and Dodgers have gone to the 11th, still tied at 5-5. Johnson at third. Wesson at first. The infield a double play depth. Totten ready, and the pitch to Sorensen. It's out, but Barry wasn't going anywhere, and that's ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Totten peers in, gets his sign. Kellner behind the plate with the sign down, the target up. The 1-0 pitch is flipped into center field. Coming on Theodoro. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Johnson will come in to score. On to second base goes Wesson on an RBI single by Zach Sorensen. And now the Stingers lead it by a score of 7-4. Zach has kind of reached out on that off-speed delivery, and flipped it into center field. So Sorensen drives in his 37th run of the season, and it's now a 3-run Stingers lead at 7-4. Hit number 10 of the ball game for the Stingers as Jake Thrower comes to the plate. Came in hitting .298, but he's 0 for 4. Pitch. Swinging a ground ball back to first off the glove of Garcia, who made a swipe at it. Picked up by Thurston, who throws to first for the out. That's twice in this series that Thurston, hustling to his left, has picked up a deflected ball and been able to throw out the Stinger batter. That ball off the glove of Garcia, off the heel of his mitt. Bounced into the air. Thurston far to his left somehow got to it, and then flipped to the first baseman Garcia, who had gotten back to the bag for the out. On the play, Wesson goes to third, Sorensen to second. But Will Nieves is 1 for 4. What a play by Thurston. As I mentioned twice in the series, the other was a deflection off a line drive. First pitch to Will. Swinging a ground ball right side. Thurston on the third hop has it. He'll throw to first, and that'll do it for the Stingers in the 8th inning. But they do add to their lead with a run on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's now the Stingers 7, Las Vegas 4 on ESPN 1230.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-FREE or look in the Yellow Pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Get connected. Stay connected with Connected Wireless.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th now. The Stingers have stretched their lead out to 3 runs at 7-4. It'll be Luis Garcia, John Barnes, and Rick Bell. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up in the Las Vegas order to face Brandon Emanuel, who begins his 3rd inning of relief. Luis Garcia, to start things off, is grounded to second, fly to right, and struck out swinging. 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Salt Lake, 4, 8, and 1 for Las Vegas. Emanuel's first pitch to Garcia. The strike, the fastball on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. And Steve Green, the pitcher of record so far. As the 0-1 comes home, Garcia swings as he got jammed, but he popped it foul back behind home plate. That ball right in on his hands, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Garcia. Stingers trying for their 10th win of the season against Las Vegas in 15 games. The 0-2, swing and a foul back. The count remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Garcia. Now Emanuel's pitch. Fastball high, 1-2 the count on Garcia. His 7th year and his 4th organization of his career. Now the pitch, breaking ball just off the outside corner at the knees, 2-2. Also played in the Boston, St. Louis, and Cleveland systems. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Garcia as Emmanuel deals. Fastball driven in the air to right center field. Sorensen drifting back. Now waits for it, reaches up and makes the shoulder high catch for out number 1. Garcia retired, and there's one away.
Number 40, John Barnes.
So here's John Barnes now. Barnes so far in the game has grounded a short, walked, and he has struck out swinging. Emmanuel's pitch, strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now Emmanuel ready, the 0-1. Barnes swings, lifts it in the air towards left. Johnson going back. That ball's going to be off the top of the fence. Gordon plays to Karam and fires towards third. Barnes at second base with a 1-out double. Just the second hit for Las Vegas off of Emmanuel. Hit number 9 in the game. So now Las Vegas with a runner at second base and 1 out. The batter will be Rick Bell, who's 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Flight out to right his last time up. Still no activity yet in the Salt Lake bullpen. Emmanuel looking in. Barnes the lead at second base, and Brandon's first pitch to Bell. Right down the middle, a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Outfield swung around towards right, the infield back as Emmanuel delivers the 0-1 to Bell. Curveball chopped to the left side and through into left field, a base hit. They're going to wave Barnes around. Here comes Gary Johnson, throw to the plate, not in time. It's an RBI single for Rick Bell, and it's now a 7-5 ball game. So Emmanuel gives up his first run, and now Las Vegas is within 2 with a runner at first and 1 out here in the 8th. And the batter will be Joe Thurston, who's 0 for 3. Popped up to the third baseman Pelaez his last time up, and now there is some activity beginning to stir down in the Salt Lake bullpen as big right-hander Ben Weber will start to throw. Oh, now it is a 2-run Stinger lead as the run they got at the top of the 8th looms large. Creeping in at third, Pelaez, the pitch, and Thurston swings and lifts it in the air to right center field, but Barry Wesson coming in and over is there, and he'll put it away for the second out of the inning. So Thurston is retired, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Henry Stanley, who singled in the third. Since then, he has struck out twice. Both times he went down swinging. So 2 outs, a runner at first base. Well, the lead at first base. Emmanuel's pitch. Fastball sinks in, low, ball 1. Bell is 6 out of 9 in the stolen base department this year. Maybe that's the direction Terry Kennedy wants to move towards, try to get that runner into scoring position here with 2 outs. The 1-0. And misses outside and low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Davis holding the runner on at first base. Emmanuel set. Here's the 2-0. And the fastball misses high, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Henry Stanley. With Ryan Kellner due next. Weber loosening up in the Salt Lake bullpen as Emmanuel deals. Fastball in for a strike, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to the left-hand hitting Henry Stanley, born and still lives in Columbia, South Carolina. Emmanuel sets the 3-1. Fastball lifted in the air down the left field line, slicing towards the corner, going foul. Gary Johnson over, but he can't get to it as it lands on the other side of the gate. Down beyond the picnic area, and the count's 0-2. 1,960 announced paid attendance. There certainly aren't anywhere near that many people here. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Stanley. Emmanuel ready. The payoff pitch as Bell goes. It's lined down the right field side, and that's a fair ball heading into the corner. Bell on his way to third. He's being waved around. Here comes throwers relay to the plate. Not in time. It's an RBI double for Henri Stanley. And now it's a 7-6 ball game. Again, the count's a 3-2, and so Bell's automatically off of the pitch, and that allowed him to score easily from first base. And now it's a 1-run game, and the tying run is in scoring position with 2 out, and Mike Crumley will make the walk to the mound. That's going to be all for Brandon Emmanuel, as Mike will make a connected wireless call to the bullpen. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless. Call 205 free for the location nearest you. We'll be back to give you the numbers on Ben Weber after this on ESPN 1230.
When's the last time you got a bonus, just like that? Well, a $2,000 bonus is waiting for you at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele, because between now and the end of August, you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks for the purchase of a 2003 Honda VTZ 1800 motorcycle. You can use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. And right now, you can ride off with a Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle with 3.9% fixed APR for up to 3 years and 0 down payment upon approved credit through American Honda Finance Corporation. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele and use your $2,000 in bonus bucks on parts or accessories. With your new gear, you're going to be cruising the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Financing available to qualified buyers through July 31st, 2004. Payment example, 36 monthly payments of $29.48 for each $1,000 finance. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Well, Ben Weber comes on to try to put out the fire here in the 8th inning. Las Vegas has already scored 2 runs to pull back to within 1 at 7-6. And so Weber coming on, making his 15th appearance for Salt Lake. He's 0-1 with 1 save at an 8.04 earned run average. VCL batting .329 against Weber is catcher Ryan Kellner will be the first batter that he faces. Kellner 0-1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a single and a run scored. This shakeup of the Stingers lineup also brought to you by Jake's Over the Top. It's the season for fresh berry shakes at Jake's Over the Top. They're now serving fresh strawberry and Bear Lake raspberry shakes. Cool off with a great shake today because at Jake's they don't stop at the top. The tying run at second. 2 out, and Kellner swings and fouls it back 0-1. Can't close the books on Emmanuel's line as he's responsible for the runner at second base. No balls, 1 strike the count. However, from the belt, the 0-1. Fastball, chop foul up the third base side of the count on Kellner is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count to the right-hand batter. Henri Stanley, the tying run at second base with 2 outs. Outfield cheating in a bit for a chance to get Stanley at the plate on a base hit to the outfield. Weber with his right foot planted on the first base end of the pitching rubber. He'll check the runner at second base, and now the 0-2 home. Swing and a miss and a nasty breaking ball down. And that retires the side. But Las Vegas pulls to within a run as they score 2 on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the 9th. It's the Stingers 7 and Las Vegas 6 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Make your way to Elko, Nevada. Elko has unlimited adventure for outdoor enthusiasts. Explore the ATV trails, fish the amazing waters, or just spend your time golfing the 2 18-hole courses. Elko is your place to get away. Call 800-248-3556 for more information. Paid for by the Elko Convention and Visitors Authority.
Come explore Elko, Nevada. Adventures on the edge.
Last year, the Salt Lake City area experienced 40 days of air quality so poor we were all advised not to exercise outside, and the young, elderly, and those with cardiac and respiratory problems were told not to venture outside at all. Our health and economic development prospects are harmed in very real ways by poor air quality. We all deserve far better than this. This is Mayor Rocky Anderson. We can reduce air pollution, but everyone needs to pitch in. On any given day, 60% of air pollutants come from cars and trucks. In planning for future transportation needs, we can move away from expensive new highways and greater dependence on the automobile. We can each use mass transit or drive an alternative fuel vehicle. My natural gas Honda Civic burns 97% cleaner than its gas-powered counterpart. Walking and bicycling are other healthy options. If we each do our part, our air will be cleaner and our community will be healthy.
Courtesy of the Salt Lake Radio Broadcasters Association.
Right, we go now to the ninth inning, and once again, it's a one-run lead for the Stingers as Las Vegas scored a pair in the bottom of the eighth, so the Stingers may need to add a run or two here themselves. It'll be Dallas McPherson, Alex Pelaez, and Brian Gordon to face Heath Totten, who begins his fourth inning of work. Again, a starter by trade, getting some work in here. So here's McPherson, who's 1 for 2. He's walked twice, doubled his last time up, scored one run. So McPherson getting set to stand in here in the top of the ninth inning. On ready. First pitch, strike on the inside corner at the knees, and the count's 0-1. And despite all of this, Steve Green is still the pitcher of record. Now the 0-1 from Totten. Up high with a fastball. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield pretty much straight away for McPherson as Totten deals a curveball, and it's popped up foul. Third base side. Bell over near the stands, but he won't get to it as it lands on the front row and bounces up the stairwell. And the chase is on for the Souvenir. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count on McPherson. On into the count. In the final game tomorrow, another good weather forecast. So the Stingers, for only the 5th time in 11 seasons, will actually play their full complement of 144 games in the season. The 1-2 to McPherson. Swung on line and over the glove of the leaping second baseman Joe Thurston into right field. And so Dallas has his second hit of the afternoon. And for the Stingers, that is their 11th hit of the ball game. Now here's Alex Pelaez, who's 2 for 4. Rounded out to short his last time up. A runner at first base, nobody out. Pelaez the hitter. He has scored twice today and driven in 2 runs. The pitch. Fastball in under the letters for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Pelaez. Must be a little bit warmer than it was today, but still rather delightful for Las Vegas this time of the year. No balls, 1 strike. Now Totten's pitch. Swung on and foul. Back over the roof and out of play, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Pelaez as Mike Brumley goes through the signs over in the coach's box at third. No balls, 2 strikes, the count, with Brian Gordon due next. Totten stares in, gets his sign from his catcher Kellner. The pitch, fastball high, ball 1. 1-2, the count on Pelaez. Alex 2 for 4 on the afternoon. 4 hits and 12 at-bats here in Las Vegas, including a big home run yesterday. At the time, and the Stingers the lead. A 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner above the knees. Pelaez caught looking. 1 out here in the ninth. That's the first strikeout for Totten, the 4th for Las Vegas pitching in the ball game. Las Vegas will have the top of their order due up in the ninth. Nick Theodorou, Jose Flores, and Antonio Perez. Here's Brian Gordon, 1 for 4 with a run-scoring ground out in the third. He scored a run in the sixth inning. Cotton's pitch, swinging a double play ball to second. Thurston charges, tags McPherson on the way by, and throws to first for the double play. 4-3 double play, and so no runs, 1 hit. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's the Stingers 7 and Las Vegas 6 on ESPN 1230.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
Labor Day weekend sales event at Ogden Subaru. Save big on a 2004 model Subaru. Ogden Subaru is still offering up to $6,000 in discounts and rebates on remaining 04 models. To help introduce our award-winning new 05 models, Ogden Subaru is offering a special 39-month lease with a payment of only $269 a month on new 05 Outbacks. Payments on new Legacy sedans are set at $249 a month, and only $199 a month on an 05 Impreza RS. To participate in these huge savings, all we need is $3,000 in trade-in equity for tax reduction and upfront fees with OAC. As an extra bonus during this Labor Day sales event, Ogden Subaru pays your sales tax. These are new 05 Subarus driven by what's inside. After 23 years in business, Ogden Subaru is still Northern Utah's #1 Subaru dealer in customer satisfaction. This is because of our low guaranteed prices and absolutely unbeatable service. Don't miss the Labor Day sales event. Shop at Ogden Subaru.
All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Ben Weber and the Stingers trying to hold on to a 1-run lead at 7-6. It'll be Nick Theodorou, Jose Flores, and Antonio Perez due up for Las Vegas here in the ninth. Gary Johnson, Brian Gordon, Barry Wesson in left, center, and right. Alex Pelaez at third. Zach Sorensen at short. Jake Thrower at second. And Wilnie Avis at first. A battery of Ben Weber pitching. And Tom Gregorio catching. Here's Nick Theodorou, who's 0 for 3. Walked and scored, though, in the fifth. For Las Vegas, Roy Smith throwing in the bullpen just in case we go into extra innings. First pitch to Theodorou is high, ball 1. Final numbers on Brandon Emanuel, 2 2/3 innings. 4 hits allowed, 2 runs, both earned, 2 strikeouts and no walks as the 1-0 comes home. Strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-1. And Weber trying for his second save as a Salt Lake Stinger. 6-4, 2-0-5. The pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-2. Outfield shaded towards left for Theodorou. Batting left-handed against the right-handed offerings of Ben Weber. Reggie Sanders' RBI single in the bottom of the 11th has given St. Louis a 6-5 win over the Dodgers. Now the 1-2 to Theodorou. Fastball high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Weber looks in, gets his sign from Gregorio, the 2-2. Swung on a liner, base hit in the left field over the glove of the leaping Zach Sorensen, and now the 51s have the tying run on base with nobody out. 12th into the ball game for Las Vegas. And now here's Jose Flores, who's 2 for 4, including a 2-run triple. Weber left an off-speed pitch over the outside part of the plate, and Theodorou just reached out and drilled it over the head at Sorensen at short. Now the tying run is on at first. Theodorou, 9 out of 16 in the stolen base department. Pelaez coming in at third just in case there's a bunt on. Flores squares and bunts it foul up the first base line. Nieves reaching hard, but can't get it before it hits the ground. Good effort by Will, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. 7-6 in favor of the Stingers here in the 9th. They've led by as many as 4 in this game. They had a 3-run lead until Las Vegas scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the 8th. They pulled to within 1. However, the turn of the toss to first, and Theodoro is back. And Flores 2 for 4 in this ball game. Now Weber ready. The 0-1 to Flores. He squares around to Bunt. He bunts it. It's a good one. Weber off the mound has it. His only play will be to first in time for the out. So Jose Flores with the successful sacrifice. 1-3 on the putout. So 1 away. The tying run now in scoring position for Antonio Perez. He's 2 for 4 and could very well be 4 for 4. We've already chronicled the great catch by Steve Green on his liner up the middle, but his last time up, it was Zach Sorensen making a diving catch to his right to take a hit away. So a dangerous hitter at the plate for Las Vegas. Weber ready, and the first pitch to Perez. A little bit low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield straight away, the infield back. Obviously, the infield on any kind of a ground ball needs to at least knock it down, keep it in the infield. 1-0 pitch is fouled right back over our heads out of play, and the count's even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Roy Smith up in the Las Vegas bullpen in case there's a 10th. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Perez. Weber ready. From the belt, the 1-1. Fastball popped up foul. First base side and out of play. The count is 1-2 on Perez. The MVP of this Las Vegas team is announced last night. 22 homers, 86 runs batted in. 293 average for the shortstop. Was in the big leagues last year with Tampa Bay for the last couple of months of the season. 1-2 the count on Perez as Weber deals. Swinging a foul off his front foot. Perez does not suffer from triskaidekaphobia as he wears the number 13 on the back of his Las Vegas uniform. One and two the count. Seven, 6 in favor of the Stingers here in the ninth. Las Vegas with a tying run at second base and 1 out as Theodoro singled to open up the inning, and Flores bunted him over. Now the 1-2 pitch inside of the knees, 2-2. Right, Weber threw his slider and tried to bring it over the corner, but missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luis Garcia due next. Now Weber ready. The 2-2. Swung on, lined over the glove of Pelaez, and on the third base line and down into the Las Vegas bullpen. Hit the score, Theodoro with a tying run. And into second base is Antonio Perez with an RBI double, and the game is tied at 7. That one landed on the chalk down the left field line, just eluding the outstretched glove of Alex Pelaez. And so the game is tied, and now the winning run is in scoring position at second base. And now it looks like the Stingers are going to make a defensive change, as Nick Gorneau will come in for Gary Johnson out in left field. And now here's Luis Garcia. It's a 7-7 ball game here in the bottom of the ninth. So Steve Green cannot end the season with a win. Had the chance to, but the bullpen once again unable to hold on, which has been a problem for the Stingers all season long. Now Garcia, the batter, with a runner at second base and 1 out. The pitch inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Antonio Perez drives in his second run of the ball game. Now Weber, the 1-0. Inside with the fastball. 2-0 the count on Garcia. Nobody throwing in the bullpens. A 7-7 game here in the ninth. Weber's 2-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 51's about hit the Stingers 13-11. Outfield seating in a bit. The 2-1. Garcia takes inside at the knees. Ball 3. 3-1 the count with John Barnes due next. Three and 1 the count. Las Vegas with the winning run in the back pocket of Antonio Perez out at second. A 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. For a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Weber stares in, gets his sign from Gregorio. 3 ball, 2 strike pitch from Weber. Swung on and popped up foul. Third base side out of play. One of the differences in this ball game, there have been 2 line drives that Elias has been in position to make, but Alex at 5'9" reached as high as he could, and in both cases got a piece of the ball but did not control it. The last one he might not have gotten a piece of it. Didn't miss it by much, but the other one he did. On the 3-2. Garcia pops it foul out of play. That was on the triple by Flores that brought home 2 runs in the 5th inning. 3-2 the count on Garcia. The shirt tail has come out of the pants of the back of Ben Weber. 3 balls, 2 strikes. For the 3rd time, the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul. Sharply hit outside the bag at third, rather. And the count remains 3-2. Weber back up on top of the hill with a new baseball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. 2-shot foul as Weber took something off of that delivery, and Garcia just got a piece of it to stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Seven here in the bottom of the 9th. Now Weber ready. The 3-2 payoff pitch again. Swing and a foul. He just got a piece of it, sending it into the dirt. Oh, we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's 4 3-2 pitches that have been fouled off. Three and 2, the count on Garcia. Now Weber delivers. He struck him out swinging. Second strikeout for Weber, and there's 2 down here in the 9th. That'll bring up John Barnes, who's 1 for 3. Doubled in, or I should say doubled and scored a run in the 8th inning. So the winning run for Las Vegas still at second base with 2 outs. Now Weber ready, the pitch. Inside and low to the right-hand hitter, ball 1. 1-0 the count. 7-7 our score, and now they're going to intentionally walk John Barnes, which is interesting because they're going to bring up Rick Bell, who's 3 for 4 today with 2 RBI. Greg Jones now up in the Stingers bullpen. A rare intentional walk to be issued by a Stingers pitcher. So that's ball 4. Now runners are at first and second with 2 out for Rick Bell. Well, he won the Mayor's Trophy, is voted on by his teammates. Now he has a chance to put an end to this ball game with a base hit. Roy Smith back up just in case there is a 10th inning. The pitch to Bell is a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Now Weber's pitch. Swung on, there it goes. Deep to left field, Gornell to the corner, racing back, it's off the wall, and in comes Perez with a winning run. It's an RBI double for Rick Bell, and the 51s have come from behind to beat the Stingers by a final score of 8-7. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 runners left on base. Our final score, Las Vegas 8, and the Stingers 7. Back with a 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Attention, Texas No Limit Hold'em players. Big Slick Poker Club announces the biggest, baddest No Limit Hold'em tournament to hit Salt Lake City. The Big Slick Ultimate Poker Classic WPT Aruba Tournament. Win the grand prize and you'll fly to Aruba to play in the World Poker Tour UltimateBet.com Poker Classic Tournament. Your airfare, accommodations, and tournament seat are all included. Play with the big boys and a possible payout of $1 million. Yes, $1 million. The tournament starts Thursday, September 9th at Big Slick Poker Club, with qualifying tables beginning at noon Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. To guarantee your seat, register online at BigSLCPoker.com or call 548-4575. That's 548-4575. The Big Slick Ultimate Poker Classic WPT Aruba Tournament, September 9th through the 14th, presented exclusively by Big Slick Poker Club.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. The Pros Heat, worldwide leader in sports. The broadcasting station. The game is over and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
And welcome back to Las Vegas, where the 51s rallied with 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to defeat the Stingers by a final score of 8-7. Totals in the ball game for the 51s: 8 runs on 14 hits, 1 error, and they left 8 men on base. For the Stingers, 7 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors, and 7 men left on base. The winning pitcher, Heath Totten, now 8-11 on the year. The losing pitcher, Ben Weber, drops to 0-2. We don't have a time of the game as on this one, 1,906 to paid. As the Stingers, once again, their bullpen, which has struggled all season long, continue to struggle as Brandon Emanuel pitched 2 solid innings, gave up 2 runs in the 8th, then Ben Weber tossed up 2 runs in the 9th, and so Las Vegas has now taken 2 out of 3 in this series. But the Stingers still lead the season set 9-6. The Stingers dropped to 56-87 on the year, while Las Vegas is now 66-76. So Las Vegas wins it on the come from behind. Rick Bell, a big game, 4 for 5 with 3 runs batted in, including the game winner for Las Vegas. Antonio Perez, 3 hits and a couple of runs batted in as well. So Las Vegas wins it today by a final score of 8-7. Time now for our Anything's Possible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. And for that, we go to the first inning, and Antonio Perez at the plate. Now Green ready to pitch. Breaking ball, line caught by Steve, and he'll just take it out of his mitt and drop it at the front edge of the mound. A rocket off the bat of Antonio Perez, but like Nikolai Habibulin, a glove save by Steve Green, and that does it for the 51s in the first, and that's our Anything's Possible defensive play of the game. Brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. Well, the great play there by Steve Green, and that is our Anything's Possible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. Gus may be short, but his selection of quality used cars sure isn't. Visit his new used car dealership at Jordan Landing. With Gus, anything is possible. As Las Vegas rallies with 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th for the win, 8-7. We'll check the other scores around baseball next on ESPN 1230.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-3 or look in the Yellow Pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Get connected. Stay connected with Connected Wireless.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. That's right, with an average of 4.3 smiles per customer, a whopping 5.7 bags per order, and a lightning 11 seconds per price check, Goodwill is setting new standards for grocery stores everywhere. Recruited by all of the nation's top grocers, Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. To meet Andy Goodwill or any of his teammates, visit any of the Associated Food Stores throughout Utah. For your family, only the best.
Bills, pay my bills. Adding, checking. Ooh, dividing.
Humdrum task. Can't get this woman down.
Water bill, cable bill, phone bill, funds. Oops, I forgot to carry the one.
Thanks to the afternoon lull define Harvest Bar. Real fruit and healthy energy from whole grains, fiber, protein, and vitamins. In 10 tempting flavors like decadent double chocolate and sweet cherry crunch.
Write the check, put it in the envelope, lick it, flip, out of stamp.
Harvest Bar from Power Bar. Fight the lull. Be great.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, where the 51s came from behind with 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to defeat the Stingers today by a final score of 8-7. But it's time now to take a look at the other scores around baseball, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. In the PCL, in the Central Division, Iowa clinched the division title today by defeating Omaha by a final score of 8-4. While Colorado Springs was losing at home to New Orleans 12-5, as former Kearns High School knuckleballer Jared Fernandez got the win for the Zephyrs today. Phil Hyatt hit his 30th home run of the year for New Orleans as well. Mike Coolbaugh hit 2 for New Orleans. He also has 30 home runs on the season. Elsewhere, they're in the 6th inning at Tacoma. Tucson leads the Rainiers 4-1. In the 4th at Portland, the Beavers lead Sacramento 1-0. Later on, Nashville is at Memphis. Albuquerque hosts Oklahoma. And Edmonton visits Fresno. In the American League, one game to be played. The Angels are in Cleveland tonight to take on the Indians. Anaheim going for the 3-game series sweep. It'll be John Lackey with an 11-11 record going for the Angels against Jake Westbrook, 12-6 for Cleveland. Elsewhere, Toronto beat Oakland 13-5, so an Angel win would pull them back to within 3 games of the first-place A's in the AL West. The Yankees and Red Sox remain 2.5 games apart. New York gets a run in the bottom of the 9th on a bases-loaded walk to Jorge Posada to beat the Orioles 4-3, while the Red Sox give up 4 runs in the 9th but hold on to beat Texas 6-5. Kurt Schilling winner, now 18-6. Former Buzz first baseman David Ortiz hits his 35th home run of the year for the Red Sox. Kansas City crushed Minnesota 12-3, and the White Sox knocked off Seattle 6-2. Detroit and Tampa Bay postponed by Hurricane Francis, as were the Cubs and the Marlins in Florida. Reggie Sanders' single in the bottom of the 11th gave the Cardinals a win over the Dodgers today by a final score of 6-5, despite Adrian Beltre's 44th home run of the year for Los Angeles. Colorado leading sinking San Diego 5-0. That game in the 8th inning at Petco. In the bottom of the 7th inning, San Francisco has rallied past Randy Johnson to take a 4-1 lead over the Diamondbacks. Again, that's in the bottom of the 7th. Montreal scored a run in the bottom of the 12th to beat Atlanta 4-3. It was Philadelphia doubling up the Mets 4-2. Cincinnati down Milwaukee 9-2. It was Houston crushing Pittsburgh 10-5. And that's a look at what else happened around baseball today in the PCL as well as the major leagues. We'll be back with a recap of today's game right after this on ESPN 1230.
With September comes the opening weekend of college football. The leagues begin to turn, and Plaza Cycle holds their 04 fall clearance sale. What does this mean to you? Simply the lowest prices of the year on all 2004 ATVs, dirt bikes, street bikes, snowmobiles, and personal watercraft. Makes like Honda, Yamaha, Polaris, and Kawasaki. All must be sold to make room for 2005 models soon to be arriving. Remember, Plaza Cycle is your headquarters for all your service and repair for your ATV or motorcycle. Let our trained servicemen get your ATV ready for the hunt with a complete service and inspection. Need a new helmet, gloves, leather coat, or any other accessories? Then Plaza Cycle is the place, because all riding gear and accessories are on sale now as well. Lowest prices of the year. Great financing available. Get to Plaza Cycle, located right here in the valley at 1379 West, 3300 South, just a short drive west off I-15 and 33rd South, or see them on the web at plazacycle.com.
Attention, Texas No Limit Hold'em players. Big Slick Poker Club announces the biggest, baddest No Limit Hold'em tournament to hit Salt Lake City. The Big Slick Ultimate Poker Classic WPT Aruba Tournament. Win the grand prize and you'll fly to Aruba to play in the World Poker Tour UltimateBet.com Poker Classic Tournament. Your airfare, accommodations, and tournament seat are all included. Play with the big boys and a possible payout of $1 million. Yes, $1 million. The tournament starts Thursday, September 9th at Big Slick Poker Club, with qualifying tables beginning at noon Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. To guarantee your seat, register online at BigSLCPoker.com or call 548-4575. That's 548-4575. The Big Slick Ultimate Poker Classic WPT Aruba Tournament, September 9th through the 14th, presented exclusively by Big Slick Poker Club.
All right, welcome back to Las Vegas, where the Stingers and 51s were scoreless until the third inning, with Zach Sorensen leading off with a walk. 1 out later, Will Nieves singled to left. A double steal moved Sorensen to third and Nieves to second. A walk to Dallas McPherson, then loaded the bases for Alex Pelaez. First pitch on the way. Line towards left field. That one's headed to the wall. In to score Sorensen. Nieves right behind him. Playing the carom is Stanley. On to third goes McPherson. And into second is Alex Pelaez with a 2-run double. And the Stingers take a 2-0 lead. So 2-0. Eventually Pelaez would score on a wild pitch. And Brian Gordon would drive home a run with a ground out. And so the Stingers would have a 4-0 lead after 2.5. But Las Vegas would get a run in the fourth inning on an RBI single by Rick Bell. Then in the fifth with 1 out, Ryan Kellner singled to right. Nick Theodoro walked. Jose Flores lined a triple into the left field corner off the glove of leaping Alex Pelaez. And so with the 51s within a run and a runner at third with 1 out, Antonio Perez was at the plate. 3-2 pitch again. There's a liner into right field, a base hit. Hit from third. Flores will score. Perez holds it first as Wesson gets the ball in a hurry. It's an RBI single, and the game is tied at 4-4. So a 4-4 ball game at that point, but the Stingers came right back in the top half of the sixth as Alex Pelaez singled to left field. Brian Gordon reached on an infield single with Pelaez advancing to third on a throwing error by the third baseman Bell. And Pelaez would score on a ground out by Gregorio, and that made it a 5-4 ball game. Gary Johnson was hit by a pitch, and that brought Barry Wesson to the plate. Top from the belt delivers. Fastball driven up the alley in right center field. Going back is Barnes. That ball's going to be off the wall. Playing the carom is the center fielder Theodoro. Gordon at the score. Right behind him is Gary Johnson. The throw to the plate, and he is out. out at the plate. So that made it a 6-4 ball game, and it stayed that way until the top of the eighth. The Stingers would add one more run on an RBI single by Zach Sorensen that followed a Gary Johnson triple, but Las Vegas would get 2 runs back in the eighth against Brandon Emanuel, who gave up a couple of runs after 2 scoreless innings of relief. He gave up a 1-out double to John Barnes. He scored on a single by Rick Bell, who then scored from first on a double to right by Henri Stanley. Then of the ninth, Ben Weber gives up a leadoff single to Theodoro. Jose Flores bunted Theodoro over to second base, putting him in scoring position for Perez. The 2-2. Swung on, lined over the glove of Felias, and on the third base line and down into the Las Vegas bullpen. In to score Theodoro with a tying run, and into second base is Antonio Perez with an RBI double, and the game is tied at 7. Tied at 7. Weber came back to strike out Luis Garcia, but then they intentionally walked John Barnes to face Rick Bell, who already had 3 hits and 2 RBI in the game. Now Weber's pitch. Swung on, there it goes. Deep to left field, Gornell to the corner, racing back, it's off the wall, and in comes Perez with a winning run. It's an RBI double for Rick Bell, and the 51s have come from behind to beat the Stingers by a final score of 8-7. So 8-7 the final. Las Vegas wins it. That's only the second time in 22 road games that the Stingers have lost a game leading going into the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll come back with our Stingers Ace Hardware most helpful player of today's game and preview the final game of the 2004 season next on ESPN 1230.
We all need a little support now and then. Each year, the University Hospital gives hope to thousands of people throughout not only Utah, but the Intermountain West. Whether it be caring for the delicate wounds of a burn victim, performing reconstructive hip surgery on an elderly woman, or breathing into a precious newborn, we invite you to support the University Hospital Foundation by attending the 3rd annual Ebony and Ivory Gala at Mackay, featuring the Temptations. Saturday, September the 11th, there will be a silent and live auction, cocktails, dinner, and a live performance by the Temptations. RSVP by September 8th. Call 587-6550. That's 587-6550. The Ebony and Ivory Gala is sponsored in part by Greg Kruger Lincoln Mercury. All proceeds from the auction will benefit the University Hospital Foundation in support of the University Orthopedic Center.
Labor Day weekend sales event at Ogden Subaru. Save big on a 2004 model Subaru. Ogden Subaru is still offering up to $6,000 in discounts and rebates on remaining 04 models. To help introduce our award-winning new 05 models, Ogden Subaru is offering a special 39-month lease with a payment of only $269 a month on new 05 Outbacks. Payments on new Legacy sedans are set at $249 a month, and only $199 a month on an 05 Impreza RS. To participate in these huge savings, all we need is $3,000 in trade-in equity for cap reduction and upfront fees with OAC. As an extra bonus during this Labor Day sales event, Ogden Subaru pays your sales tax. These are new 05 Subarus driven by what's inside. After 23 years in business, Ogden Subaru is still Northern Utah's #1 Subaru dealer in customer satisfaction. This is because of our low guaranteed prices and absolutely unbeatable service. Don't miss the Labor Day sales event. Shop at Ogden Subaru.
All right, welcome back to Las Vegas, where the Stingers fell to the 51s today by a final score of 8-7. Time now for our Stingers' most helpful player of today's game, brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Ace, the helpful play. Alex Pelaez goes 2 for 5 with a couple of runs batted in the 3rd inning. Got things going for the Stingers, but it wasn't going to be enough as the bullpen was unable to hang on. But Alex is our Stingers' Ace Hardware most helpful player of today's game. Brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Ace, the helpful play. Well, the final game of the 2004 season is 21 hours away from now. We'll be on the air at 12:45 with the on-deck circle, 105 first pitch. It'll be right-hander Jason Middlebrook getting the start for the Stingers. His mound opponent will be right-hander Mark Johnson. Middlebrook with a record of 7-9. Johnson with a mark of 5-12. So we hope you'll join us for the final game of the 2004 season tomorrow afternoon from Las Vegas. So for Adrian Denny back at our studios in Salt Lake City, our thanks to you for listening once again in 2 hours, 59 minutes and in front of 1,906. The final score, Las Vegas 51-8 and the Salt Lake Stingers 7. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long from Sin City.
Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th inning show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.